losing time, I'm fading fast. I just wanna make it last. Try to let go of the past. I close my eyes, embrace the blast. Sleepless nights and headaches stack. Restlessness to hell and back. What's my purpose, what do I grab? A slippery surface, a heart attack. And sometimes you just gotta believe there's something that'll give you relief. There's something that'll have what you need, what you need. We're broken, it's tragic, we're not all elastic, but maybe there's magic, believe you could have it. And I know of sadness, the anxious and panic, the infinite vastness of all that is blackness.
Good afternoon, everyone. It ain't morning. It's afternoon. Hello, everybody. I hope y'all are doing great today. Back so soon, I guess. We're going to do a little reviewing today. Hey, little Texas Tornado. There's Fancy. There's CJ. There's Chaos Queen. Hey, little Devil. I hope everybody's doing well. I dropped a link in case anybody wanted to come up. I don't know who's all awake. I know Fancy's awake. I know CJ's awake. Charlie Girl was awake. I don't know if she's sleeping or not, but you know. Hello. Oh my word! Why are you so low?
I don't know.
Oh, it's just me. I had to turn it down from last time because I had a headache. Okay, so what we're going to play today is we're going to play Purple's Live from last night. She'll probably strike me, but it's going to be a long live, y'all. Because I got to stop and do commentary on it. Hey, Tara. Hey, Frankie. How's everybody doing?
Hey, Tara.
So the point I'm going to get to is where Mrs. T comes up on panel. And I want to start from there and then go over to where Ink jumps on panel. It's not to criticize nobody. Well, I don't know. It's to correct some things and give some logic to some things.
And that's a strange old thing called logic.
So, and the best way that I can do that, we're going to go back and hold this. Yeah, Frankie, that would be good. Yeah, I know. I think it's God in Love. She done a 24-hour live on Allie's stuff. I just haven't been able to get back to it yet.
Hey, past.
Hey, past. So, I think the best way to address this is if we play it and then address it as we go. I got so many tabs over here open. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm trying to find my way back. Okay. Every time I come out here, he starts howling. He just literally came from outside, and I'm sitting outside. How was y'all's weather today? Give everybody time to get in here and get situated, and
It's beautiful today.
huh?
It's beautiful today.
Oh yes, our UV rays are really high today, so they're saying to stay out of the sun.
I see, that's my signal to go into the sun.
Yeah, yeah. Hot. I love the hot weather. If it's hot and humid, not too much. But if it's hot and you got a cool breeze, I love it. I just can't do cold weather. So
Same. Was not built for the cold.
no, most definitely not. So I
I'm
don't know
still
if y'all.
catching up. I've just got in with my coffee and sat my ass down, so I'm still catching up.
That's good. I hope everybody is safe with all these protests that are going on in different states. I know here in Atlanta they had one. It wasn't as bad as it is everywhere else, though. Yeah, so I just want y'all to be safe. Watch your surroundings. Um, yeah, it's pretty crazy. The world is civil unrest. So I don't know if y'all caught this live last night, but I
I
did.
watched it in replay.
I did. So there was a lot of things that how can I say it? That were from Mrs. T and Ink that was right, and a lot that we'll discuss on the live. Okay, so we're gonna get started. Okay, I'm not watching chat. I'm sorry. Much love to everybody. When I stop and commentate on it, I will. And if CJ, if you want me to stop and you talk, just let me know.
Okay, beautiful.
So that way I can. Hey, Crystal. Oh, I hadn't seen you in a while, woman. Where you been? All right, so I'm gonna speed it up because it's like a 2 hour. Okay, Miss T jumps on the panel at like 1:25, and this is like it's like a 3 hour long live. Well, yeah, 3 hour long live. So I'm gonna speed it up just a little bit because I can't. I really don't want to be here for 3 hours or for an hour or something. So I'm gonna speed it up to 1.5. Let's see how that works. I think she figured it out. Did you make me?
Yeah.
All right. What's
Yeah,
up?
I had to go to my iPad. Okay. All right. What's the questions you have for me?
I don't know. I just don't understand why you making the post that you're making.
Because here's the thing, Purple. Here's the thing. I'm really being sincere about this. I stopped coming in because I didn't agree with the Buddy thing and Brandy. Okay, I gave you my opinion on that. I really, you know how much I love her, and I love Monkey, and I've always supported that. I just didn't think it was helping, and that's why I left. I did that for her. It had nothing to do with you. Okay, and then yes, you guys, I am friends with Tabby. Okay, I am friends with her. Why should I be in here and you're going on and on about that? Why can't I come in when you're not talking about that subject? You know what I'm saying? I mean, would you do that too? If you had a friend too that no one else liked and stuff, would you do that, Purple?
Would I do what?
Okay, if let's say, okay, let's talk about Heidi. Okay, and Heidi's your friend. Okay, and she's my friend too, but she's your friend, and people were going on talking about her, but you were still in chats. You know, when people would talk about her too, but then you stopped. I mean, that's how I'm doing it with Tabby.
Okay.
Okay. And yes, I did post that because usually I've been keeping my mouth shut and everything. Believe me, I've encouraged Tabby, a certain couple of people in there. I've encouraged Tabby to stop this war. I have. Okay. I don't know if I didn't see anything, but the last thing I saw was those sheep. And that's when I thought that was started again with the sheep.
The sheep are funny.
But Purple, you denied it at first, but then you said later it was meant for her. You did say
Well,
that.
at first it wasn't. It was just.
I'm gonna stop it right there. The sheep were for Tabby.
They were.
We all know that. Nobody's dumb. See, what Purple is doing is, hey, Soup, what Purple is doing is trying to play something for her little new people over there. And stuff that has happened way back, like going on 4 years ago. She doesn't want to remember certain things. And anybody has a right to be friends with whoever they want to be friends with. You got anything to say before I keep going?
No, on you go.
Okay, on I go. Hi, Georgette.
But now it is. Now it's more tailored towards her. Yes.
No, you know it was at first because it was saying Babette and it was saying Bob.
So just because they were named after her doesn't mean that it was exactly about her. They weren't doing anything about her or Bob.
Okay, all right. You want to talk about me being a scammer? Let's go for it. Come on.
No, I'm not done with Tabitha yet. You sit there and say that you stopped coming.
Okay, the scamming stuff has nothing to do with me, okay? Absolutely nothing to do with me. We're just going to discuss this, not unless CJ has something to say about it. I don't know.
In here because of the whole Buddy thing with Brandy, but yet you support Tabitha that goes into Buddy's channel while they're bashing Brandy.
Oh, when I told her that all I said was two things in there.
It doesn't matter.
They weren't bashing Brandy that day. They weren't bashing her that day. That's the only time I was in there. And the last time I was in there was when you were up there and Buddy was going after you. And I did say something in chat about that, but you never said anything about that, Purple. I was there defending you.
When I was up there on my phone, I can't see chat.
Just like when you're in Matthew's chat before, I go in there and I say hi to you. You don't say hi back. I just assume you didn't want to be friends. That's why I stopped talking to you. I just assumed that, Purple. Because you never say hi back. When people talk to you, you don't say hi back.
Well, most of the time, I'm not paying attention to the chat. I'm usually.
Well, hello, Charlie girl. You want to come up? I'll drop the link for you.
Get your ass up here.
I don't know if you want to come up here or not, but, you're more than welcome to. Before you call me a bitch again. Let me get Charlie girl up here because I can't swap over to see if she. Just.
I'm not multitasking.
Yeah, I'm not a multitasker today. So. Come on, heifer.
Apparently, apparently she's one of her best friends.
Georgette, yes. Mrs. T and Tabby are good friends. Yes, they are, and that's their. To me, that's their prerogative. That's just my personal opinion. Everybody has a right to their opinion.
What you mean? I can have a different opinion to you, and I'm not going to be shunned.
Yes, they all have different. Listen, these women have very different opinions for me. And we can sit here and debate it all day long, but we still respect each other's opinions.
Hey, I'm gonna jump down and come back up because y'all sound like you're in a hole.
Hey, baby. Well, hurry up, Pepper. I love you too, sweetie.
Get your ass back here, woman.
All right. So I'm gonna continue while she's
just listening. But I won't. You can't sit there and say that it. Okay, you just said that you stopped coming in here because of what Buddy was doing about the Brandy situation, but then you go in his chat. That makes no sense to me.
I did that day because Tabby had nobody supporting her in there.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter. It does matter. I said
But
two
Tabby
things.
supports the man that you said that you don't like talking about Brandy.
I said he wasn't talking about Brandy that day.
It doesn't matter
Why doesn't it matter? He's not
because
talking-
he still goes
I
after
come in. I
Brandy.
come in your chat, hun, when you're not talking about Tabby.
You haven't been in my chat in a long time.
Oh, believe me, I'm here every day.
Okay. What about Tabby doxing me and my family? I mean, what about that?
I think this war is stupid, and I think both of you need to stop. I
Oh,
really do.
but have I doxed her and her family?
Maybe you not personally, but that girl that was on was saying
No, me. Have I put out a video doxing Tabitha and her family?
Oh, we're talking about that one video, right? The 99.99 thing. Is that what you're talking about?
No, I'm talking about on her Fuck About and Find a Round channel, where she doxed the fuck out of me and my family and bragged about it because I didn't listen and conform to what she wanted.
Hey, believe me, I do not applaud any of that doxing shit. I really don't.
But did you say anything about it?
To her, yes, I did. To Lenny, yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Well, what does Lenny
Lenny.
have to do with it? Lenny has nothing to do with Tabitha.
what?
So what's Mrs. T saying then? Is she saying Lenny was part of Fuck About and Find Around or whatever it's called? Like what
I
she's
don't
saying?
know. I don't know. She said she spoke about Tabby and Lenny. I don't know.
Interesting.
That is interesting. Okay. So Purples is upset because she got doxxed. I will let this play on, but I'm going to discuss something that nobody wants. This woman does not want to admit nothing that she has done. She will never admit anything she's done wrong at all. But we'll save that for a minute. You got anything to say? Hello, woman. Hello, heifer.
Hello.
Can
Hello.
you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna begin it. I don't know what just happened. Can y'all see me?
Yes.
Obviously, I just made, I don't know, word. For some reason, I just made two different tabs.
Tabitha doing it?
She doesn't have anything to do with it. But we talk about doxing all the time. Believe me, yes.
Hmm.
I'm totally against that. I don't think you should bring your personal shit because look what happens. People get hurt.
Yeah, she's threatening to come to my house.
Well, that's not right. That's totally not right, Purple.
Right.
But you've said some really cruel shit about her.
I don't care. I'll say whatever I want. That gives her no right.
Okay.
So you can
She
say
can say
whatever
whatever
the hell
she
you
wants.
want. Yeah.
But can't nobody else do nothing. Make that one make sense. I can do what the
I'm
hell
not
ever
by
I
any-
want.
I'm not saying Tabby was right with that, but you can't be a pot calling the kettle because you're saying you'll do whatever you want. Well,
Hey,
why are you
Amanda.
expecting more of others? You know?
Right. I can do what the hell ever I want, but you can't do it. If so, I'm going to go after you really bad.
Right to threaten to come to my house.
It's both. No, it doesn't. But it's both of you.
It doesn't matter what I fucking say to her. It gives her no right to threaten to come to my house. I've never threatened to go to her house. I never offered to buy her a fucking plane ticket to meet halfway.
Okay. Y'all, we're gonna get through this. We're gonna get through this live. We're gonna get through this live. Hey, Mia. We're gonna get through this live, okay? I promise you. I'm gonna stop trying to pause it. Maybe I just need to.
You need
I
to
need to
speed it
say
up.
it when I need to say it because I'm gonna forget it and it's important. So, Mrs. T, I know a lot of people don't like Mrs. T, but Mrs. T is speaking a lot of truth right here. And Purple is literally like downplaying it. Purple don't never want to admit what she does wrong. She could sit there and deny that she put Tabby's burial site as a thumbnail, but she since deleted, which gave his name, his date of birth, his date of death.
Yeah, that was some sick shit. That wasn't good.
But then she says that she didn't do it. No, you changed the thumbnail. Okay? That's what you did. That's something you absolutely did, Purple. Oh, I'm sorry.
Way. Like, seriously, Mrs. T, you cannot sit up here and defend her actions to me because it's not going to work.
All I know
If you
is
cannot see what she did is wrong.
no, both of you are wrong. I'm sorry.
No, I've never threatened to come to her house and cause her physical harm.
Well, you're spreading stuff that's you don't even have all the facts to. You're pushing her, Purple.
I can say whatever the hell I want. It's called freedom of speech.
There you go again. There you go.
That does not give her the right to threaten my life, Mrs. T.
She's threatened your.
Yeah, I can tell me to stop anytime y'all want to.
Well, listen, you're just going to hear me laughing at the idiocy of it all.
Okay. Charlie girl, you still up here with us? Charlie girl.
Yeah,
Okay, just make sure you hear, woman. Just make sure you hear.
I'm here.
Okay, you sleeping?
No, I have not been to sleep, so I probably will be incoherent for most
Oh,
of this,
no.
but
Oh,
that's why I'm on mute.
okay.
You're right. It does not give her that right whatsoever. No way. No way. I agree. But it's both of you. You're pushing her. She's pushing you. It's back and forth, back and forth.
That's
I
still
agree
not
with
an excuse
that.
when you come to somebody's house.
I agree with that.
I mean, the
too.
other day you did say thank you to her.
I did.
And I thought that it was over with. You know, I really
Then
thought-
she goes in anybody's panel and talks more shit. So you act like I'm the only one doing anything.
I'm not.
I'll let
I'm
him know.
not.
But Purple, you keep pushing her, but you don't say the shit that she's doing to me.
I said both of you are pushing each other. I said both of you.
Jensen has a problem controlling herself.
Open your ears, Purple.
Sometimes
Yeah.
Sometimes you use this.
Do what?
Open your ears, Purple.
I didn't hear you.
I said Purple needs to open her ears.
I was letting the dog out. What did she say?
Just
Huh? What do you say? You there, CJ?
yeah, I'm
Just
here.
back it up a
Wait.
little bit.
Back it up a little bit. Okay. All right.
I don't care. I'll say whatever I want. That gives her no right to threaten to come to my house.
It's both. No, it doesn't. But it's both of you.
It doesn't matter what I fucking say to her. It gives her no right to threaten to come to my house. I've never threatened to go to her house. I never offered to buy her a fucking plane ticket to meet halfway. Like, seriously, Mrs. T, you cannot sit up here and defend her actions to me because it's not going to work.
All I know
If you
is
cannot see what she did is wrong.
no, both of you are wrong. I'm sorry.
No, I've never threatened to come to her house and cause her physical harm.
Well, you're spreading stuff that's you don't even have all the facts to. You're pushing her, Purple.
I can say whatever the hell I want. It's called freedom of speech.
There you go again. There you go. What
That does not give her the right to threaten my life, Mrs. T.
She's threatened your. You're right. It does not give her that right whatsoever. No way. No way. I agree. But it's both of you. You're pushing her. She's pushing you. It's back and
Yeah.
forth, back and forth.
And that is
That's still
exactly
not an
right.
excuse to threaten to come to somebody's house.
I mean, the other day you did say thank you to her.
I did.
And
Not
I
an
thought that it was
excuse
over
to
with.
put her child
No,
Then she
stuff
goes
in
in
there
everybody's
and
panel and
post
talks
her
more shit.
child's private stuff either.
Tell me pause before you talk because I can't hear what you're saying.
I'm just saying she's talking about freedom of speech. She's got a right to say what she wants and all the rest
Yeah.
of it. And then so is Tabby and so is Mrs. T. But then she goes and throws out Tabby's personal stuff about her child, which I
Right.
don't agree. You know what I mean? That's a low place you don't go to. You know what I mean? She's saying
Right.
she's never done anything or never went out and never, you know, done all these things. Well, what did you do by putting Tabby's son's stuff out there? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's a place you don't go to. Not
Right.
even a little bit.
She's even went as far as to say that Tabby was the reason why of her son's demise. That was a while ago. She said it was Tabby's fault her son passed. Same shit she does to Tony. It's disgusting.
Yeah. I'll tell you, I'm going to say something about that one. Oh, without getting stabby. Purple, you need to go and educate yourself on children with vulnerabilities, special needs and disabilities. You kind of really need to, because you cannot sit there and say about Tabby's son being in a crib, and if he was 19, why was he in a crib and all the rest of it. When you have children or young adults who have certain levels of special needs, vulnerabilities or disabilities, at times they need safeguarding. At times they need to be in a safe place when they go to sleep at night and while you're sleeping, where they need to have a guard up in the side of their bed so they can't roll
Yeah.
out, roll over. You know,
It's like it's like a hospital bed, you know,
Yeah.
where they can like maneuver them around that has the rails up.
100%.
You know, if it's different, then you know that's
Just
my
referring
my
to it as a crib. I mean, that's just because that's what she's referring it to. You know what I mean? It's nothing bad.
Yeah.
It's just that's young adults who have those struggles have to be kept safe while they're sleeping and while you're sleeping. So
right.
kind of learn a little bit about that before you sit and go at someone for a young adult sleeping in a crib, because try and figure it out, you know, use
Right.
a bit of a brain cell, ignite it a little bit, maybe.
Right.
Try.
I don't think she'll want to. I don't think she even cares.
Shit. So you act like I'm the only one doing anything.
I'm not. I'm not.
But Purple, you keep pushing her, but you don't say the shit that she's doing to me.
Purple, I don't even think that you're listening to Mrs. T. You're up here with a victim mentality saying, Tabby's doing this to me. Tabby's doing this to me. And Mrs. T is sitting there telling you that it's both of you.
Yep.
You can't admit that. You can't admit nothing you do wrong at all. It's always, but they did this. Oh, it's okay if I do this to them, but have they done this to me? It's getting old. It's very embarrassing. You're a grown-ass woman.
Yeah.
You got like a 3-year-old child.
I said both of you are pushing each other. I said both of you.
Jennifer has a problem controlling herself.
And sometimes I think you use this stuff for content, Purple. You use this stuff for
She
content. That's not
does.
right.
The only way I have to respond to her is online. I will not speak to her offline. I will not speak to her in a text message. I will not speak to her on the phone. I will not speak to her in an email. I will only speak to her right here where she speaks to me. So maybe she needs to stop speaking to me on YouTube for her fucking content, and I will stop speaking to her. So her whole fuck about and find around channel is about me, Mrs. T. She just put out another fucking video a few hours ago.
I know.
So how are you going to sit there and say, well, you use it for content?
It's just a
She
back and
does.
forth war. It's just a back and forth stupid war going on.
But you don't sit there and go, so you're coming at me basically saying it's my fault, but yet you're not saying what Tabitha is doing.
I just said it's both of you. I didn't say it was just you. I said it was.
Do you think she's getting it?
No.
Do you think she's getting anything?
No.
Okay. I wonder if she listened to herself. And then people over there in that chat are blindly following, thinking, well, what about this? What about this? Purple don't do nothing wrong. Purple does absolutely nothing wrong. Wipe the scales from your eyes. Get the earwax out your ears. Listen. Pay attention.
It was both of you. And you know, do
I
you
would-
know how when you're friends with
I have
somebody,
a question.
tell them, you say, okay, you tell them the
Do I?
You're messing with my brain. Why is it snowing?
What's snowing?
Your background, it's
Your
glitter.
background is
Oh my
snow.
word, woman. You half asleep. Take your butt up. It's my background. Go get your Diet Coke or something. We'll go get you some coffee. Get your Diet Coke.
Okay.
Right, Fancy? Exactly.
Yeah, I'm not being funny, but you're making the choice, Purple, to not deal with it in email, message, Discord, or anything privately, and only taking it to a public platform. And if that's the only thing that Tabby's choosing to do, you could choose a whole other different way. You could choose to be the bigger person, just saying, and reach out privately and try and
Come on, Titus.
have a conversation. Apparently, you're not wanting to nor capable of it.
Titus, come on. Come on, let me get my dog in. Titus, come on, boy. Come on. Sorry, y'all. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you. Bye-bye. Come on, Titus. Okay, let's see how long it takes for him to start whining at the door again.
Oh, you know it will be freaking less than 5 minutes.
Right. All right, here we go.
them the truth. You don't encourage them. You tell them the truth about things. Okay. I've got a friend like that right now. You know, Bling's my friend. She tells me the truth. She tells me when I'm doing wrong and what I'm doing wrong. Okay. I told Tabby this a while back to let it go. Let it go. And if you and I were friends, I would tell you that too. It's not worth it. This bullshit, it's not worth it. I found this out with Jenna. It's not worth it.
Yeah, why is she bringing Ray Ray and Lady Spitfire up again?
Because here's the thing, and I'm going to say this tomorrow night. I remember, okay, I do remember in the Discord that one time that we were in the Discord. It was. I remember it was Ray Ray in there, it was Lady Spitfire, it was Mystery Sky, Jenna was in there, Tabby was in there, and somebody else. Okay, we were all in there, and you were on there. We were listening to one of your many stuff back then, because that's what we used to do in Discord. And something was said about that stuff.
Okay, Mrs. T. She said in her little post, I don't know if you caught her comment or not, about supposedly I said that he was left in a crib and she basically was the reason he passed as a baby in a crib. Then how the hell did she tell the story that she was there when he was 19 years old and passed? It makes no fucking sense.
That doesn't make any sense. I don't know about that thing right there. I don't know
Here,
about
let me
that.
pull it up for you. It was just left, what was it, today? Yesterday. Let me pull it up. You can read it for yourself.
Oh, that message that you left in your Discord or in your thing, that long message that you said that wasn't in there. That long message, is that what you're talking about?
I didn't say it wasn't in there. No, she asked me if I deleted it. I didn't delete anything. It probably has to be approved in the studio. I haven't been in the studio. So no, I didn't delete shit. It's there, obviously.
Well,
If I have it.
I checked it and it wasn't there. That's when you
Well, I don't delete shit. So, but this is a comment.
Yeah.
So yeah, if he was in the crib and that's how he passed away, how was he 19 years old when he passed away?
Okay, I'm gonna talk about this thing right here because I don't know if this is the confusion right here. The first part says, "Hey, idiot, that's where you said I unalived my son because I left him in the crib 24/7." She did say that. It was right at. Okay, I don't know if y'all were around at that time or y'all was even paying attention to Tabby at the time. I think she was friends with some of the jerks. Purple and her were going at it. Purple went up on her panel with Frosty. Doug came in, sent Tabby a super chat, and that started the conflict between Purple and Tabby. Okay, that was when Purple just recently started her panel. And she literally said Tabby was the reason of her son's unaliving. She left him there and he passed away. I'm sorry. Go ahead, CJ.
No, you go.
I have no idea. I really don't.
Exactly. It doesn't fucking make sense. It doesn't make sense. And why did she come on and say the day that her son passed? Well, we'll just say that for shits and giggles. The day he passed, she was with him and she watched him pass. And then later on down the road, she said that it was the worst phone call she ever got in her whole life to hear that her son passed.
I've never gone to
Right.
I've never gone to that extreme with Tabby. I never asked her that stuff, you know, because it's very hurtful for her to talk about. But I do know she does have a relationship with her kids today. She just saw him this past February.
And I'm not gonna lie on this. I never talked to Tabby when her and I were friends back then about anything that happened to her son. I know she was very upset about her son passing. That's all I can say. And I don't know none of this stuff right here. And it's really not my business. But I do know what Purple said. And it was
Listen,
on a live.
Yeah, I hate you. If you've lost a child, that's your grief, and it's not my place to interfere nor step into your grief. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, you know, we were friends for a long time, you know, but I never once talked to her about what actually happened because it's not my place, you know.
Hey, Pooh.
Hello, Pierre.
I didn't know that.
Well, and if she does, she
I saw
does.
pictures. I saw
Well,
pictures.
good for her.
Yeah,
She's lucky. She's lucky that them children have anything to do with her. If they do.
Purple. She was running from a man that was trying to kill her. And
She
his
left
kids
her kids behind.
because he was trying to kill
I don't
her.
give a fuck. You don't leave the kids behind. She could have took them with her. So you just worry about
You
saving
don't
your own self?
You don't know what she was feeling that day. You don't know that.
So you only worry about saving yourself, not your kids.
Her kids were safe.
No, obviously they weren't.
Well, they were safe before she left. They were safe.
That's why the state of New York took her, stripped her of all parenting to them children.
Well, think about it. Okay, it's just like with Don and Candace. If you don't do your work,
I don't care. She
if you
left
don't do
them
your
kids.
work, if you don't do your work to try to get your kids back, they're going to take them anyways. So I have no idea about that. I have no idea.
She, Mrs. T, she left them behind.
Do what?
Nothing
You say
else to
something, CJ?
No, not to say anything.
Oh, okay.
Regardless where they were, she left them behind and never looked back.
She did look back. She had a
Obviously, she
relationship with-
didn't.
She had a relationship with them.
Mrs. T, if she had a relationship with them kids, then why was she not mentioned in that boy's obituary?
I had no idea. I really.
Purple.
Oh, wow.
Why are you looking at his obituary? But you don't go real life, do you?
How do you even know the details of the obituary? How do you know to the extent of who was and wasn't mentioned if you haven't already went and looked up that information? And if you hadn't already posted that obituary that you now claim you didn't, but how do you know that information? Just asking. And for by that, even if Tabby's name wasn't mentioned, that's none of your business.
Right.
Tabby's already explained that the children were adopted. It was the adoptive family probably in charge of those things. But she still has feelings in that respect, you know, over whether she's grieving or not grieving and all those things. She still feels, she still gave birth to the children.
Yep.
No matter what the circumstances, she still had those children. Whether you're a birth mother or an adoptive mother, both sides of that coin have their own individual struggles and how that child is looked after and the process that whole thing takes.
Right.
You know?
I'm not the mom of the year. Believe me, children don't come with manuals. Parenting don't come with manuals. I've made a lot of mistakes as a parent.
%, Pooh. How does she know this stuff if she hasn't dug on it?
Yeah, because it's not public information. That's not public information. You don't know if she lost any custody, because that is what CPS information,
Yeah.
and that's something you cannot get a hold of.
And you're assuming that the adoption was a closed adoption and not an adoption that maybe had certain contacts like photographs or visits or anything. You don't know that.
Right, little devil. You know, I mean, it's just because a person is adopted out does not mean that the parent does not love their children. The child comes, I mean, regardless if the dad steps away, regardless if the mom steps away, that does not mean that the person does not still love that child.
No. I've raised 3 children who have a different mother since they were born. Well, since they were young, very young. And at the end of the day, whether they're birth mothers in their life or not, whether she's done rights or wrongs, she's still their mother. They're still
Right.
going to feel things. They're still going to go through processes of emotions and all sorts. You know? So it still affects no matter what. And it still affects her. Not being
And just
around her
like,
children, even though she's
and just
made
like
that.
my kids, you know,
Then
they
it-
was, I'm
Them.
sorry.
No, it
Do
just
what?
affects the birth mother and it affects the children, but also affects the family who step in to take that responsibility on.
Right.
You know?
You know, I mean, just like my children, they was raised without a father. You know, their dad stepped away and I did not speak bad of him. And he's came back into their life, you know, when they got older. And I'm not giving him no excuses, but I had to do what I had to do as a single mom. And I still wouldn't dog him, you know, to them.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's back in their lives now, and I'm happy of that. I mean, you can't tell someone they don't love their child.
No,
They
you can't.
carry that child.
And the best gift you can give your child, if you are in any kind of struggle and you make that choice to allow someone else to take that responsibility on, is
Right.
that gift of letting someone else take it on, because that's love. That's pure love when you're able to let go and say, you know, I need to step back either to look after myself or the circumstances, or maybe I've got to sort myself out, whatever the situation may be. That's still love, that you're putting your children first enough to let them go.
Right. I mean, we don't know the situation. I don't know the situation. I was not personally told the situation. It's none of my business.
She needs to look
I really
outside
don't. I
the
don't.
Because
box.
she had no,
Adoption.
I'm sorry.
She needs to look outside the box when it comes to adoption. It's not a closed. Not every adoption's just closed, and you
No,
never
it's
hear
not.
from the bio parents ever again. Do you know what I mean? Like, some adoptions do maintain some form of contact, even if it's very limited.
Right. You know, Shining, you know, she has her her kids that she has adopted, but yet they still have some visits with their family, you know? I mean, and that's her option to do that, you know, because she
Yeah.
wants to have that for her kids that she has personally adopted.
Yeah.
Do you hear him? He just came in. Do you hear him?
He's a pest.
rights to any of them children.
Okay, she may not have any rights, but she's still their birth mother.
According to the state of New York, all of her rights were erased. They got new birth.
How do you know that? You would not have any access. Well, you could have access to their birth certificates because you have to pay for that. But so yeah, but you would have to know personal information. So if you didn't do that, and if you did do that, you're going real life Purple. But Purple don't go real life, does she?
No, apparently not. Yeah.
No.
Birth certificates and everything with their new names on them. So no,
Well,
it's like she never existed.
it's over with, Purple. Let it go. So what? That's her business.
Don't sit here and defend her actions to me, Mrs. D, because she only worried about her fucking self.
Well, we all,
She only worried about herself and not her 4 children.
we all make mistakes.
No, that's not a mistake.
Oh, well, you know, so,
No, you're not going to justify it to
I
me.
don't think it's our business. I really don't. I
No,
think
then she shouldn't have brought it to YouTube. Because once it's on YouTube, it's everybody's business.
If I'm not mistaken, I don't know if Tabby brought it to YouTube or not, or Xena brought it to YouTube or not. I can't remember.
I don't remember.
I think somebody needs to refresh my memory. But I believe I can't remember if it was Tabby or Xena.
I think
It's the internet.
Zena gave a lot of information over to Purple, did she not? I seen somebody in chat saying something earlier.
Do what? Yeah, Xena. Pooh put out information. What Xena told them. You know? And Xena's good with Ray and Buckeye and all them.
Yep.
And she's still friends with that family that Tabby ran from, I guess. I'm not sure. I could be mistaken. I'm not sure. Don't have me lying up here.
Right, Pooh, birth and death certificates and obituary.
Yeah, I don't think it was Tabby. I think it was Xena, honestly. If I'm not, I could be mistaken. I'm not sure, but I don't remember Tabby bringing this information to YouTube. I could be wrong, though.
It wasn't the internet's business to know all of my family that aren't even on YouTube either, but she made it everybody's business, right?
Yeah, well, and people use it for content too. Yeah, yeah.
Right, because of her. So
What else do you want to ask me, Purple?
what else do I want to ask you? Okay.
Come on.
So when you came over here and got all that money for the windshield, did you ever get the windshield fixed?
Sure did. Yep, I
That's
did.
funny because you said that you didn't because you got out of the hospital 2 days later and you had to move back to Indiana.
No, we didn't move back till like 2 weeks after that. The engine blew after we got that fixed. So I used the money, the rest of the money, and we got a different vehicle to come back to Indiana, is what happened.
Mm.
That's exactly what happened. And it was like 600 and something. It wasn't 1,000.
Mrs. T, that's not what you said though, online.
Right, Fancy. And again, this right here is none of my business. I wasn't involved in this. So this right here is none of my business.
Well, maybe your group, but you know, Tabby gave me $30 in one. I think Yaya gave me $20. You know, so little by little, it was like 600 and something altogether.
Mrs. T, do not lie. I know for a fact how much money I sent you from a couple of people. So no, ma'am. No, ma'am.
No,
No, ma'am.
it was.
No, ma'am. This alone, I know what I sent you.
Okay, so what are you saying? What are you
So I'm
saying?
saying don't lie.
I knew that you would bring this up one day again. I knew it would happen. I knew it would.
Well, yeah, you shit talk us. Don't you think we did something out of the kindness of our hearts when you weren't even friends with us?
What? When did I shit talk you? The only that comment I made about
Mrs. T,
like
even,
that's the only time I've ever said anything to you, Purple.
are you sure? Well,
Yeah.
you
You
said
and,
all
I are
kinds of
in
comments.
you and I are in Nat's Discord together. Why don't you talk to me there? Why don't you say anything there?
Because I'm not going to cause drama in somebody else's Discord.
Hey, Liza. You can't get copies of birth
Liza.
certificates unless you are the person on the birth certificate or parent or legal guardian. Also, amended birth certificates due to adoption require special processing. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Oh, okay. Well, you can always send me a private message
Yep, I'm messing up
or
here.
something. The fact is, I'm very grateful for the help that you guys gave me. I really am. You know, I was going through hell down there. I got a diagnosis that I can't even fix, that I'm going to have the rest of my life.
Right.
That's why I came back to Indiana. Texas was not helping. We were hoping that Indiana would help us again. I need a total abdominal surgery is what I need. And I can't, it's too risky. I can't do it with my age and stuff. Nobody will touch me. I have an ileostomy, which is another name for a colostomy.
I'm gonna go grab some water real quick. I'll be right back.
Sticking out of my body. My small intestine is sticking out of my body. And you're going to jump on me for that?
What? I didn't say anything about your illness. The fuck are you talking about?
You're calling me a scammer.
No,
You're calling
did
me
I?
a scammer. Yes.
Whoa. Did I ever say the word scammer?
No, but you don't do that, Purple. You nonchalant.
No. Did I call you a scammer?
No, but you're saying, oh, we gave you over $1,000, Mrs. T. Yes, I went 17 days in that hospital without seeing my husband. I was very grateful for you guys.
Mhm.
Very grateful.
But did I call you a scammer?
That's not in many words.
No, I never called you a scammer at all.
I've been called a scammer in the past.
By who?
The jerks.
Are the jerks here?
They were.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, go ahead and laugh. Yeah.
I didn't
You know
laugh.
what? You know what? You know, all the stuff you do and say and everything, you know, that's where I believe that karma came back on me because of the way I was with Jenna. And that's why karma came back on me. Karma does come back on you. It does. And I pray to God it never comes back on you.
Mrs. T. I don't know what karma, I mean, what you did with me because I didn't really let you know anything that I was doing. I never brought you in anything. I apologize for what you're going through. I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, if you would, which I'm not calling you out. I would like to see what you say. What did you do with me? Probably causing ruckus in chats, probably trolling people. But other than that, I never told you what was going on. I never told you anything because I didn't want you to be involved in anything.
Okay, first of all, Mrs. D, I have never called you a scammer. I don't give a fuck if the jerk called you that or not. I'm not the jerks. Okay. Second of all, don't sit up here and try and put your medical bullshit on me. I have nothing to do with it. Okay. If you need some surgery that you can't get, that's not my fault. Okay. I have nothing to do with your medical, whatever you're going through. You're not going to try and fucking gaslight me on that one.
Oh my God, I'm not doing that.
You just did. Okay. We helped you. And I know I know personally how much money I sent you from a couple of people.
All right. So what do you want?
I can guarantee you right now.
Okay. What do you want?
I can guarantee you right now, 2 people pay for your windshield twice. They gave you enough money to pay for that windshield twice.
Okay.
So don't tell me that you didn't get well more than you needed.
I did. I didn't know I didn't know I was supposed to give that back. I really did. I didn't know that. I'm sorry.
Nobody said you had to give it back.
I bought some supplies with it. I sent home with medical supplies. I had to buy my medical supplies with it. With part of it. That's what I did.
No, you just said you bought a car, but that's neither here nor there. Once the money was donated, it was donated.
The car was $250. The car was $250 a week is what the car was, Purple. It was it was $250 every other week. It was $250. We were paying the payments on it just to get back to Indiana. That's what that was. It was every other week. At the time, my husband was working a really crappy job down there because Texas doesn't pay shit for wages. And that's what happened. That's why we had to leave, besides my medical stuff. I was living in a house with no electricity or anything. I had to get out of Texas. There, I put all my shit out there. Everybody knows my shit. Okay? Everybody knows. That's what you wanted. You got it. You got it.
No. Gaslighting again. I didn't ask you for shit to put out there. This had nothing to do with your living situation. Okay?
Oh my God. Can we just get on with it? Because you're being so mean and cruel.
How am I being mean and cruel? Because I'm telling you that your personal situation had nothing to do with me.
You used to be a really nice person like 4 years ago. You have turned into this person.
Because I don't take shit from nobody anymore. Okay, well then, if that's mean, well, then I guess I'm mean. Whatever. So your living situation, I had nothing to do with. What put you in the position you were in? I did not contribute to.
No, you didn't. You didn't.
So I'm sorry that you were in that position.
Nope.
There's really nothing that.
You didn't. It was stupid decisions. It was, my kids were all gone and out of the house and everything. We wanted to go to different states. We didn't plan enough. We didn't expect the things that we did. And that's what happened. We made a terrible.
Right.
Obviously. Oh, yeah. I'd be as well sitting in my hands at that point.
Right. Look, I'm just sitting here reading chat, and you're all are exactly right. It's crazy. Like, she's not literally saying it, you're a scammer, but she's implying, hey, you're a scammer.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Gaslighting to its finest while she's accusing someone of gaslighting.
I mean, it's crazy. I really don't know what. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, let's go.
Terrible mistake by leaving Indiana. I regret it. Yes. We shouldn't have done that. Especially at our age, we shouldn't have done that.
So you sitting up here saying, there, you got what you wanted? How is that me getting what I wanted?
Because I'm professing I'm saying all my stuff out here for everybody to fucking hear about it.
Nobody asked you about it.
Bullshit.
Who asked you? Did I say, tell me about your living situation in Texas?
You know what?
I asked you about a windshield.
Oh my God. I refuse to do this anymore. You're never going to change.
Right.
I'll never be back there. You leave me alone. I'll leave you alone. I won't mention you ever again. Ever. ever again.
Wow. So, okay. Look, Mrs. T, you can sit up here and run from the conversation if you want to. I mean, it's not.
Well,
gonna-
see, this is what Purple wants. Purple wants an argument.
Yeah.
And here in a minute, she's about to flip. And it's really crazy. Purple, she wants an argument so badly. And the whole time, the chat is sitting here going, and look, me and Mrs. T are not friends. But I'm going to call out what's right. And I'm going to say what's wrong. All right. And this is just saying what I seen last night. The whole time that this was happening, they was going at Mrs. T for something Tabby did. And questioning why she's still friends with Tabby. People can be friends with whoever they want to be with. Just because they don't agree with certain things they do. If it gets to a certain extent, yeah, I understand. Hey, back off. Not my friend. But Mrs. T is correct. Y'all are going at each other. But Purple's not admitting nothing she does wrong.
Eliza, totally agree.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
laugh about it. There you go with that little sneaky laugh that you have in the back.
I
Purple.
was laughing.
Yes, you are laughing. You are.
Am I laughing?
Yeah, you are. I can hear it in your voice. Everybody that knows you can always hear that in your voice.
And yes, she was laughing. Yes, she was. Anybody that knows Purple knows her attitude.
Yep.
Knows her attitude, everything.
Yep. And Eliza, remember that all happening and coming out, and yeah, to go to somebody you don't know and ask them for money and things like that was completely wrong of her. I'm just saying, that's just my opinion. It was wrong.
That's her opinion, but that's not my business.
So
they choose to speak on it.
for
I choose not to
myself.
speak on it. Huh?
I speak for myself.
Okay. Y'all see, we agree to disagree up here. Okay.
Somebody
They speak
said
their
that,
mind. I just choose to say it's not my business.
Who's laughing? Did y'all hear me laugh?
They'll agree with you. Believe me. Yeah. They'll agree with you.
Okay, Mrs. T. I am not laughing, but I mean, I can if you want me to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. There again. I did not ask you about your living situation. I did not ask you about your medical. I asked you if you got the fucking truck windshield fixed. And it went into, there you got what you wanted. All my
Love you, Charlie girl.
business is out there. You freely spoke upon that. I just was telling you, don't come up here and say, oh, Purple, you're doing all this shit when Tabitha's doing the exact same thing.
Mhm.
So actually, she's doing a little worse than I am. All I'm doing is talking shit to her. She's actually putting personal information out there, making physical threats, threatening to come to my house, offering to buy me a fucking plane ticket to fly me halfway to what? Fight? I'm a grown ass adult. I'm not flying halfway from here to Arizona to fucking fight anyone. Sorry, I'm not getting arrested in another state. Not
Well,
happening.
let me just say that, you keep this up and everything, and no one's
And
going
what?
to be your friend. No one's going to want to be your
Oh,
friend.
for defending myself. Nobody's gonna want to be my friend for defending
Then
myself.
let it go. Let the war end. Be the bigger person. Let it go.
Mrs. T, I have every right to defend myself. Why don't you go tell
Oh,
your trashy ass friend to shut the fuck up?
Every day, Purple, grow up.
Yes.
Grow up.
Actually, I haven't been fighting with her. I've been fighting with Buddy. So she's the one that's inserting herself into this and getting herself attention.
Oh, it's about to get good. It's about to
It's
get
like
good.
listening to a bunch of teenagers argue.
It's about to get good because Purple's about to get told something that everybody knows, but this woman, Purple, does not seem to understand what happened. Like she don't remember nothing.
This had nothing to do with her, but she had to insert herself. Nobody even was talking about Tabitha until she inserted herself. This was between me and Buddy, not between me and Tabitha. It was between me and Buddy, and she inserted herself. And had to go up there on Buddy's panel and fake fucking cry. And insert herself.
Fake cry.
Yeah, she fake cried.
Fake cry. Okay.
Yeah, she fake cried.
How do you know she's fake crying, Purple?
Because it sounded fake.
I've been longer friends with her than you ever were friends with her.
Well, good. Round of applause for you.
There you go. Grow up.
Well, what do you want, a cookie?
No, you grow up.
Grow up. You're sitting here bragging that you've been friends longer with somebody than I have. Who fucking cares the timeline? Like, what does that matter? I've been friends with her longer than you have. So what? What is what does that tip the scale
I mean, we got some people. Frosted Cupcake, Nadine, welcome.
for?
Welcome
I
in.
mean, seriously, Mrs. T, what was you gonna? What are you gaining from being friends with her longer?
I'm just saying I know her better.
Yes, Pooh. Thank you. See, people, okay. I can understand when people don't like each other that they're going to say it was a fake cry. You know, that's just because you don't like the person. You're going to say they fake cried. You know, they can say that they're really crying, they're really hurt. But if you don't like that person, oh, you're fake crying. That's just the way I see it. But when Purple, I don't know what happened. It's been so long ago. When Purple was crying on her panel and she privatized that live. You remember, CJ?
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
She wanted people to feel sympathy for her then. But then says everyone else fake cries.
it's very true. Your
Better than you
trauma's
do.
only
Well,
relevant genuine if it's you're friends with that person. If you're not friends with that person, then it's weaponized and used against you instead.
Right.
happy for you.
Well, good.
So what? And that affects me how?
I don't know.
Okay, then. So it was a pointless statement in a conversation. It added nothing to the conversation other than, oh, I know no longer. It's like you tried to one up it.
Doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't matter. I mean,
Okay,
I'm friends with her and I'm not friends with you.
okay, great. And your point is what? But you're over here telling me I need to knock it off and be the bigger person, but yet it's okay for Tabitha to do the
Because
bullshit she
I'm
does.
telling her that too. Both of you need to know.
Purple, you called her to your panel. That's what I recall last night. You called her to your panel. She didn't just pop up there out the blue. And of course, she's Tabby's friend. So who's she going to take up for? Tabby, not you. But she's really being cordial with you. But you're taking everything she says and like flipping it. Not listening to nothing. What's she saying?
Knock it off.
Well, I haven't heard you tell her that, but that's okay.
I'll tell her that tomorrow night.
Are you her surprise guest?
I don't know.
Yes, if you're her best friend. Okay, Miss T, let me ask you this though. When she said the other night on the panel that Tony was her best friend, you can't tell me that didn't hurt a little bit.
Why, Blaine's my best friend too. I call a lot
Oh
of my
my
friends. Just like
God.
you call Heidi your best friend. You call Harper your best friend.
I say one of my best
Oh
That
my
is childish shit right there.
God.
Look, can you talk about that for a moment? Because I gotta go pee.
Oh Lordy.
And then I'm gonna come back. You just speak about it for about 3 minutes. I'll be back, woman.
Yeah, like what do you not get? Like, is there meant to be jealousy or insecurity between best friends or something? Like, come on, Purple. She can have more than one friend. She can be friends with Tabby can be friends with Mrs. T and fucking Tony. Mrs. T can be friends with Bling. They can all be friends with who the heck they like. I mean, that is so childish and ridiculous. Oh my goodness. Like, come on, like you're expecting to create a rift by pointing out that Tony mentioned that Tabby was her best friend, or Tabby mentioned Tony was her best friend. Well, I've got tons of best friends, and I'll say they're all my best friends. Freaking ridiculous. Oh my goodness. Right, Manda? Hello, Clarice. Oh, don't you put images of freaking Hannibal Lecter in my head now? Don't do that, Fancy. Oh, I can't keep up, honestly. My head's been spinning. We try to keep up with this absolute madness. It's like watching the blooming Twilight Zone.
Okay, I'm back.
I know,
You
right,
there?
Crystal? Get your BFF bracelets out now. We all need to make sure we've got one each and we're all matching.
No one is allowed to be friends with no one, okay? No one. You are not allowed to have more than one friend. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all. There's people I talk to the girls don't talk to. There's people the girls talk to that I don't talk to.
Right?
We don't care.
I've got a whole dang bunch of besties, and they all bring something to my life that I'm each and every day thankful for. So I don't get this jealousy of, oh, are you not upset that she said Tony's her bestie? No, why would she be? I don't get that.
It doesn't matter. Like Tony probably is friends with Tappy. I'm pretty sure she is.
Yes, I think she
I'm
is.
friends with Tony. You know, that doesn't mean that me and Tappy are friends. You know, that don't mean that me and Mrs. T are friends. Just because we're cordial. Well, I don't talk to Mrs. T. But if I see Tabby in a chat, I'll say, hey, Tabby. You know?
Charlie Girl, we don't need to activate our bracelets. We've got the tattoo. Tattoos activated.
It's crazy. Oh, talking about tattoos, I'm going to get a sleeve today.
Oh, I'm jealous.
Yeah, I'm going to let Nigel run it on me. All right. You got your BFF bracelets out. No one can be best friends with no one, okay? At all. You're not allowed to. It's forbidden. CJ.
Yep.
I better not catch you, Fancy, Charlie Girl, Iris, Shining, or the Indicas talking to anyone else other than me.
Oh, Lordy. Women,
I better not ever see y'all in nobody's chat.
I'm going to be in the naughty step a lot. I'm just putting a heads up out there right now.
Y'all are not allowed to talk to no one but me.
Yeah, I'll be on the naughty step a lot, so just time me out now and I'll be around in like a year.
Damn it, I'm putting my foot down.
Are you going to make me share my screen?
Yes, I'm oh yes. We're gonna get on a call and you're sharing your screen with me.
Do I need to show you everybody I've been speaking to?
Yes, you do. We need to know names.
Uh-oh. Have I got
every single one of you heifers?
Have I got to make a list?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
You're not allowed to talk to
I'll go on that later.
Make sure you do. Make sure you do. Okay.
Best friends.
There you go. She's one of my best friends. So maybe I'm
But
one
that's
of her.
not how Tabitha said it. She said Tony is my best friend.
So
As in
what?
one. I'm just asking you a question.
He probably did that.
Hell no. Put my foot all the way down. Hell yeah. I'm putting it all the way down.
Uh-oh, I'm in trouble.
Not halfway down. It's all the way down, damn it.
That just to get back at you, for God's sakes.
How would that get back at me?
Because
When she said it to you. Okay. That one I did check a lot.
he was your best friend at one time too.
Yeah, I did check her on that one. Yeah, she was at one point.
Well, there you go.
Way back,
You
way
can
back.
have-
Way
you can
back.
have more than one best friend, Purple.
Well, duh, I have like 10 of them.
Good. Good. So do I.
Okay, cool. I was asking.
Maybe with embroidery floss. Easy.
I mean, my best friend, Tabby's my best friend, Kelly's my best friend. Let's see, a couple others are my best friend. You know what? We all have best
Cool.
friends.
Awesome.
Yeah, awesome.
No,
Safe
Frank,
with
they never showed up at my house.
sarcasm and contempt.
Yeah, she's mad.
That was another threat.
She wanted a reaction out of Mrs. T.
She
Like,
did.
oh no. Tabby can't be no one else's best friend but mine. No. Like, damn you, Tabby. You're not allowed to talk to no one but Mrs. T.
And Jenna's your best friend.
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? We aren't friends. We don't.
I love that
Thank
reaction. I'm
you.
not going to lie.
Thank you for setting that shit straight, Mrs. T, because they swear up and down me and her are best friends because I don't argue with her no more. I don't go at her. It's just letting bygones be bygones. That's all it is.
I love you, Jenna, but that reaction was pretty bloody good.
Who,
Talk to
me? Who, me? Right, Pooh? You're exactly right. Look, I have best friends. These girls are my best friends. They're my sister. I think they're my sisters more than my best friends. There ain't no way in hell.
Nope.
Like the memes like when your best friend's trying to get away from you, you like put something over their face and make them knock out because they know all your secrets. So that's how it is.
That's definitely us.
Yeah, that's definitely us. Most definitely us. And Iris you can't get out of this one, ma'am.
I don't even talk to her. I'm not even sub to either or their channels.
And she's not lying. Mrs. T nor Tabby talks to me behind the scenes. Mrs. T only talks to me in chat. That's it. I just started. Oh, it's about to get heated.
Charlie Girl, our NDA between the Voodoo Sisters is so watertight. We've signed up longer than Scientologists themselves. It lasts more than like 1,000 years, so we're good.
Yeah, we're getting the chloroform. I'm telling you. Be like that thing. I can't remember who sent it to. I think it was Iris. Or one of y'all sent it to me with Ace Ventura running up behind the person putting chloroform on their face to knock them out. Like, you ain't going nowhere.
Now you're going to get a lasso and just brought right back.
Right. Like, you think you going somewhere. Nah.
Nice try. So.
Hell, I got thrown out of Shining's chat, remember? I was thrown out of that because of a comment I made in your chat.
Which one was that?
Oh, let's see, when all that stuff was going on with Jenna and Levitt and I said, and then Matt, what was her name? I said that about Tenga. I said Daddy in chat. Oh yeah, I got hell for that. I got thrown out of there for that.
Yes, you did.
I never went back.
That was a very vulgar. I mean, even though it was that shouldn't have been said.
No, it shouldn't have. No,
And that's just my opinion.
Very disgusting for Tenga and any women. It just
right. And just because Shining and them blocked you over there, don't mean you're blocked here.
Yeah, we're all different people.
You're not blocked in my chat. I didn't block you.
Who Shining's get blocked in hers will be different to who Jenna's get blocked, and who Jenna's get blocked will be different to who I've get blocked in mine.
Right. But yeah, I didn't like that comment either. That wasn't right.
Oh, we should do that one night. That could make a fun night one night. Let's check each other's block lists.
No, that's too invasive. No, we already know each other's secrets, so that's like checking each other's text messages.
But who do you not like that I do?
I don't know. We might start a war then.
Uh-oh. And house fight.
Purple sitting there thinking about something else to say.
The thing is I appreciate very much of everybody that helped me. Everybody. I didn't go out and just blow that money on crap.
Never said you did.
Well, I did.
I never said you did. Never once said you did.
I gotta speed this up.
When I got that diagnosis in that hospital, I was freaking out. Yes, I went on to Jenna's chat first. Okay, I didn't get a response from that. I wasn't looking for money. I was looking for somebody to help me figure this out. I didn't have anybody to talk to during that time. Nobody. She was too worried about Tiffany Marie and all that shit going on there.
Right. I gotta stop that. All right. That live you came from my panel, Mrs. T. I did take time out for you.
Yeah, she did.
The live was about Tiffany Marie, and I'm not going to speak about her because of what's going on with her son right now. And I pray that he's well. And I'm sending her love, and I'm sending him prayers as well. But I did take time out for you when you came up here. But I got dogged for exploiting you by Purple. And by
believe it was because you helped her by sharing our link.
Nobody probably over here gave you any money. But when you came up on this panel, everything stopped.
And I'm just saying, if you're looking for support doesn't always come in the form of a cash handout. Support comes
No, it's
in
not.
and we would have stopped everything and gave you support, even if we weren't all talking at the time. If you were going through something like that, and we even did drop your link to see if anybody could help you, but we're not going to feel guilty for not being in a position to help ourselves.
No. I mean, everybody over there gave me help because I let you up on my panel. They said you was too messed up and that I shouldn't let you up here. But I did let you up here. And then you wanted to come up one time after, and I said no because they were saying that I was exploiting you for being messed up. So I'm sorry, I don't agree with that.
No, I don't. And you know what we've all been through within a
Which is why
previous
Dan and I weren't friends.
person regarding finances and that kind of situation. And when you joined us, we made that clear that was something that we had a boundary in with somebody previously. And that's just something, you know. You can't become a crutch to somebody else, you know, and keep them above water and be reliant on that. That's all I'm saying.
Friends, you know, we weren't friends, but she was on. Okay. And then you started talking about it. You brought it up and everything, which I'm like, wow, you know, so I went in there and I appreciated everything that was given to me.
We helped you, no questions asked, Mrs. T.
You did. You did. I went 17 days without seeing my husband in a hospital, in a place I didn't even know. I had nobody.
Where I'm trying to fast
and you
forward
guys were there for me. You were.
Yes.
So.
And just because I stay out of your chat when you're talking.
I would skip forward a bit anyway.
Because you're coming at me and my people for no reason.
Your people? When did I come after your people? I said one thing on my page.
You have only one your community tab and you deleted it. And
look. The threatening of the suicide. Is that what you?
Random comments that you've made about us over here.
Screenshots.
Well, I don't have them right at the top of my fucking head.
Wait.
Okay. Well, I will find them.
Okay.
Well, it ain't gonna be right this second, but.
No, that's all right. That's okay.
You shouldn't have been afraid to begin with, but okay.
Yeah, well, I deal with a lot of shit. I deal with a lot of stuff.
This makes it worse on you. Then don't insert yourself into the stress, Mrs. T.
Because I feel I'm not sticking up for my friends, Purple.
Oh, well, if it's not your fight, then don't insert yourself. Because then that brings you into it, and then you get stressed out. And then if the stress ain't good for you, well, then you're kind of causing it yourself.
Well, okay, Purple. Let's kind of like what you did for Matt. You inserted yourself into Matt's stuff.
What did I insert myself into?
You did. You inserted yourself into Matt's stuff.
Into what?
And then you kept going on and on about it. And look what happened.
Into what?
The buddy situation.
Oh, no. No.
Yeah.
No. You
inserted yourself into that.
No, I did.
Yes.
Yes.
Because Matthew went over something about Buddy scamming Nikita. You played it on your channel. Buddy did a live going after you. PDF was on his panel. That's when you went up, and that's when I went up. You did your live first about the scamming stuff that y'all said Buddy did. You don't remember shit you do, Purple, at all. You always want to put the blame on someone else. Matthew did a live calling out Buddy. I don't know how long because I don't watch him. But all I know is you did a live playing what Matthew had played. And that's what got Buddy coming after you. Because they were beefing, threatening to hurt each other, calling each other racial slurs. And then you got in it playing the scamming stuff. And then that's when PDF and Buddy was going at you. And that's when you hopped on. And that's when I hopped on. Now, if I'm wrong, somebody please correct me.
No, you are absolutely spot on.
Because
Purple
this
just
bitch
is a
ain't never
very
going to
short memory.
admit. Do what?
Purple just has a very short memory. You're spot on.
Okay. Just making sure I had it right. Because I knew. I'm just saying. She's not going to admit this. She's going to swear up and down. No, they came at me first. No, Purple. No.
No, because she plays the game of it started because PDF asked her opinion when she went on to Buddies. But that's not what it started. It started, like I said, like you said, when she was taken up for Matthew by bringing it up in the chat about the argument between Nikita and Buddy. And then she started playing it, discussing it in her live.
Right.
Which then led to her being called out and called up to Buddies. So, yeah.
Right. And none of your people over there, Purple, are going to tell you the truth. None of them are. I'm telling you, you could ship blue and tell them it's green and they'll believe you. Like you're telling them your forehead is 3 inches long when it's actually longer than 3 inches.
Stop it.
What in the actual hell is wrong with you measuring your forehead? Who does that? What the fuck? Purple, your forehead is bigger than 3 inches, honey. Which I don't care, but who in the actual hell will measure their forehead just because somebody continues talking about their forehead?
And this is someone who apparently doesn't bother, but she took the time to go and measure it.
This is crazy. I ain't never. Like, what the fuck? I got a picture of a big ass fucking forehead with a tape measure down it. And then saying it's 3 inches. No, ma'am. It's more than 3 inches.
Oh, I can't wait, Pooh. Cannot wait.
Maybe someone needs to remeasure it for her. Because I'm sorry, that's not 3 inches.
Did not.
Yes, you
See,
did.
you don't even know, Mrs. T. You don't even fucking know. I went over and
Yes, they do know. We all know. Because we was there. You just can't admit shit. Nobody in your chat can admit you were wrong because they suck in your ass.
confronted Dirt Boy over there for talking shit about me and Brandy more than once. It was me that he was doxing.
And everybody in your chat too.
He doxed a few people in my chat and he doxed my family. So what?
So what? You still inserted.
You see how she said that? It was me he was doxing. And then she said that about the rest of the people. So what?
Yeah, she
She
doesn't
don't care.
about the doxed.
Right. She don't care. It's about me.
Inserted yourself into something and you kept it going.
How did I insert myself into it when I was brought into it by fucking Buddy and fucking Dirt Boy?
Dirt Boy's not even on there anymore.
It doesn't matter. He was when I got brought into it.
Should have let it go.
Oh, okay. Well, it wasn't you, so you can say you should have, would have, could have, all you wanted to, but it wasn't you and your life being broadcasted to the fucking internet.
Why? Like you're doing to me right now?
What?
Making me tell all my secrets.
I asked you about a fucking windshield in a fucking truck. Don't say I made you tell your whole fucking life story. No fucking way. You volunteered that information all on your own. The words come out of your fucking mouth. I asked you a question about a windshield.
Sorry,
So nice fucking try, Mrs. T.
You know, it's that you never admit anything wrong. You're never the bigger person and admit anything.
Because I asked about a windshield, you're going to say now I forced you to tell me your fucking medical history? I don't fucking think so.
Anybody. It's either Tony, it's either Susan, it's either Cabby, it's either Buddy, or Jenna. You never admitted anything wrong that you do.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Oh, wow, Mrs. T. Because I asked about a fucking truck windshield, I made you spill your whole... Wow. Damn. I got superpowers. Damn.
Are we done yet?
I don't know. Are you done blaming me for shit that I didn't do?
No, I just never want to talk about you again.
No, but you will.
Mm.
I guess, Lord Bender, you can borrow them. I don't even know how I. Like, seriously, how? Because I asked you a question about a truck windshield, that entails me making you.
I love it how these people that are brand new over there don't know the story of what Purple has done to anybody, and comes in and bases their analysis on people off of what she says, which all of it mostly is complete lies. She never does nothing wrong. She doesn't go real life. She's not eye for an eye no more. That's all bull crap.
Get an excuse for everything.
Yeah. Poor old Purple. Poor Purple. Oh, and Purple,
You tell me your whole fucking life story.
I do want to say, Purple, this isn't the drama community. This is a little bullcrap community we're in. You're nowhere near the drama community. You would not be able to handle the drama community at all. I don't think you would be on YouTube no more if you went to the drama community.
How in the fuck is that possible? I'm a little confused. Can you?
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to skip.
Maybe if I concentrate real hard, I'll get some more.
Oh, my word.
Yeah. Maybe you need to meditate. Meditation is a good thing.
You know, maybe I hold a lot of things against you from the. When I went in there asking for anybody to help me or anything, and look what happened between you and Jenna, anyways. Look what happened.
The Discord thing.
Yeah,
What?
you know what I'm talking about.
No, actually, I don't. But
Yeah, you do.
no,
Yeah.
can you refresh my memory?
When Jenna and I had that fight.
When you and Jenna had a fight in
You know
Discord.
what? I don't remember. I don't remember that.
That's when we parted ways with Mrs. T, and she went. Before we parted ways, we were still trying to work on things to resolve it.
Yeah.
And she went into Discord 2 days before we were due to have a call to have a talk and try and work towards resolving things. And she went into Discord and blew Purple's Discord up, attacking us all and coming at us all. And that's when we said it should never. We went in and said it shouldn't be brought to somebody else's Discord. It was, you know what I mean? That was wrong.
Okay, I remember that. Remember that.
That's when it kicked off.
Okay, I remember. Thank you for refreshing my memory, because she went in there and I said, "Don't take it in no one else's Discord, please."
Yeah.
Okay.
Your old Discord, Purple.
Oh, when I was still trying to be friends with both of you,
No.
and then you told me about
Mhm.
somebody tried to
Right.
steal a truck, and then you ended up rolling down the hill and crashing into a house. Is that what you're talking about?
Oh no. No. But that did happen. That did happen. Oh, believe me, my life has been so fucked up the last 2 years. It has been.
Okay, well, then I don't know what you're talking about. You're gonna have to give me a little bit.
Yeah, I'll be your contact the next couple weeks. So
Actually, you won't, but
no, I guarantee I will. I will.
well, don't count your chickens before they hatch. But anyway, what else?
I'll give you a break today, Mrs. T. I'm sure I'll be your content tonight, but it's okay. Hey, she gives someone else a break.
That's it, sweet. That's it, sweetheart.
That's it? Discord?
No, that's it.
And Jenna.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't even know. Anybody know what she's talking about? 'Cause I'm sure I'm not the only one that's supposed to know about this.
Damn,
Anyone else know?
I'm sorry, y'all. This is a long.
I think a lot of your people weren't in there at that time.
Don't worry, buckle up. It gets amped up soon.
Okay. Yes, that's right. And you're exactly right. When we was in that Discord, half of the people that's over there in Purple's chat now was not in that Discord.
Nope.
Like, literally nobody was in that Discord. It was a different Discord. It was a mod Discord. And half of the people that's over there now don't even know anything about us or what happened or anything. Yeah, I'm sorry. This is a long live, but I'm trying to get to a point to try to take some credit off of her because it was my fault, not hers. And then we'll go to the chainsaw.
I don't know. So, Miss T, let me ask you one question though. Do you know who is sending Tabby and Buddy all the doxing information?
Oh,
Do I know what?
Who's sending all the doxing information around?
Who's to Buddy?
And Tabby.
I have no idea. I swear on my, I swear on everything. I have no idea where Buddy's getting his information from. You notice I don't talk to him in there.
What about Tabitha?
I have not said anything. I don't have any information to give to
No,
anybody.
where is Tabitha getting it from?
She doesn't. I swear to God, she doesn't tell me shit.
okay. We want to address this topic. Don't we, CJ?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, I'll tell you.
Go
I'm
ahead.
not sticking up for Tabby very much, but I will on this, right? There's no way that Tabby could have had any of that information because Tabby's never been in Purple's Discord, Mod Chat, any of those places since as long as we've been there and afterwards. She's never been in their Discord. So how Tabby would have access to everybody's names, addresses, information, that's she wouldn't have that herself. If you're accusing her of being sent it, then you best check your sources as to where you think information is leaking from Purple, because it seems a little bit convenient.
I'm going to mute real quick. I'm sorry, y'all.
It seems a little bit convenient, Purple, that not long after you do a birthday giveaway where you're collecting all of your people's information, and then you break ties with a bunch of people who move over to another side, and then suddenly there's a whole ass lot of doxing being done. So maybe you need to look a little bit closer to home as to who had access to that information from the birthday giveaway. I'm just saying. I mean, maybe that's where you need to be looking. Because it was all your people who were doxed. So all your people who were doxed are people that gave their information in that birthday giveaway.
Sorry, that was a dentist.
All the people that were doxed were people who were included in that birthday giveaway. So ask yourself that, Purple, who would have had access to that information?
Right.
Because
It wasn't
in
Tabby.
your Discord to have access to that information. So maybe start asking some questions.
Right. Tabby
same.
was not in those discords at all.
So if somebody's passing around information of yours and people your side, then look at where that information can be leaking from and who's in that chat. Just
Right.
the friendliest piece of advice I'll ever give you.
She don't tell me nothing. I don't know where she got your house or anything like that. I think it's despicable what Buddy did to you.
Why is she pretending to be all those email accounts, sending that shit to Buddy?
I didn't know she was. She's pretending.
We've already addressed this. It's
Yeah.
not Tabby, Purple. It's not Tabby. Tabby does not know all them people.
Yeah, and
Tabby
as
did both up.
the doxing on our side that was done, you had that information.
Yep.
Because you seem to be forgetting a live that you did less than a year ago, Purple, where you put up Shining's home and you went at Shining about how she only had such a big home because she managed to adopt so many children. She was getting paid a fortune to be
Right.
able to afford the big mansion that she was in, according to you.
Right.
And you went at her for it. You put that information up there, which, and if you were able to go and look up photographs of her house, that means you already had her address.
Right.
Say.
And then they doxed Fancy's husband.
Yep, and they already had Fancy's information.
Right. So I think it's coming from your side, Purple, because
Yeah.
Tabby had been way gone.
Yeah, Tabby's never been in your mod Discord or any chat to have access to any of your inner circles, people's names and addresses or anything. But like I said, ties up to who knows the information about your birthday chat and maybe look a bit closer to home from there on outwards.
Yeah,
Just then.
I agree. Yeah, Frosted Cupcake. They pulled up Shiny's address, looked at her estimated value of her home,
Yep.
everything. Yeah,
So
just
you all
like
had Shiny's
Lindy done
address.
me. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying she already had the bloody address. So
Yeah.
Pretending to be what?
She's got multiple emails.
If I find out that that's what's happening, I will not be friends with her anymore. Because I don't agree with it.
What you doing, Mrs. T?
Okay. If I find that out, and if all the evidence points to her, I will not be friends with her anymore. I would wrong what he did. I don't like that at all. There was. Yes, there was.
Yeah, there was.
I don't think she would go to that extreme, Purple. I really don't.
I don't know who the Lord Venger is. And I really don't care. But I'm sorry, Tabby's not the one feeding Buddy the information. Tabby wouldn't know that information at all. Right, Pooh. I did see that.
yep, I feel the same way, Pooh.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's me too, as if you didn't know. I mean, they say it's me too, so like
It's anybody but her thinking about looking at where she needs to be looking. Line up every name of the people that were doxxed. And it was all names on that birthday giveaway.
right.
It was all people in that birthday giveaway that handed over their information at some point during the course of her collecting the information for that giveaway.
Right.
Well, it'll all come out soon.
When it comes out, I will come back up here and officially say that I'm done being.
If you go back, just go back into a couple of buddies' lives ago when Tabitha was a short time after that.
I don't think it had anything to do with that. I really pulled that's giving out that information.
And then he said thank you to her.
Oh my word, sorry, y'all.
And she did dox my son.
Hi, Tabby.
I don't care, since she altered the second video that she put out. She did dox my son. I have the original video that she put out.
You know, I left that channel even after I got sick and everything, and I regret because it was mostly about Susan back then. You know, then it turned into this, and it just wasn't worth it to me. I hated doing that. I put out. You guys could tell because when I started my new channel,
Hey, Mocha.
Hey, Mocha.
if you notice on those videos and stuff, I don't have a computer. I have an iPad and I could. Funny, you could always tell when I would put
Right,
something out
Pooh?
and stuff. Contributing like they were and stuff. So I didn't. So I felt, you know what? Why should I even do this? Because I'm not contributing.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get past this.
Wasn't it Pixie?
No. Pixie was never, ever in with us. Never. It was just the three of us. Nobody else.
So basically what she's doing right here is she's just trying to get information out of Mrs. T and try to like make Mrs. T turn on Tabby. Basically that's what it is.
Yep.
No, Ink has a question. Ink has a question. What's your question, Ink? Let me find it.
We'll get to that in a little bit.
So,
Anybody else have any other questions? So I'm not watching chat.
yeah, poo.
She just said poo.
Avenger wants to know, Mrs. T, why are you deflecting for Tabby while she is helping Buddy?
She's not helping Buddy.
Yep.
That's not Tabby. Sorry.
I don't even go there anymore. Okay with it.
Been in.
Something, because you did write those things to me when we were chatting. You did. You told me about let's see, the thing you were talking about on
I'm aware.
oh, what's your
now,
channel?
this
The
is
other day you
crazy.
were up on there. You were talking about how
You
Sam
out there?
went up there. Sam and you had the phone thing and everything. You told me about all that stuff. And then when I went and I told the girls that, you were like, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. How would I have known about it if you didn't tell me? Jenna never told me any of that stuff. You told me that.
I didn't tell Mrs. T anything, y'all.
No.
Like, I don't tell the girls if I'm doing something. I don't tell the girls I'm doing something because I don't want them involved.
No, she goes rogue.
Like, if I'm going live, like I literally told them I was going live today, but normally I don't even tell them I'm going live because if I'm gonna go rogue, which I don't go rogue no more, but if I wanted to go rogue, they'll try to talk me out of it. Like, no, but they're the ones that go rogue now, not me. So y'all get on to them, not me. I know you're not Tabby. You don't have to explain nothing. You have been way gone out of before these people even came in chat. These people weren't even thought of. There's no way you could have got their information.
What does it even matter anymore, Ink? What does it matter? You're not friends with him anymore. I'm not friends with him anymore. What's it matter? You know what I'm talking about. The same thing that you were talking about on, well, what's her name? Charlotte's. That same story. You told me that. Whatever. Whatever, Ink. I know. Whatever. I don't know. You deleted me. Our conversations were gone. You deleted everything. You
All right. So as soon
We
as
went
she
back with
gets
who?
this,
when she went back with the girls. She knows what I'm talking about. We were talking privately in Discord, doing private conversations, and she told me this whole story about the doxing thing, or not the doxing, the Jenna supposedly hacking her phone and all that stuff. Well, then you should have it. You should still have it, right? You should. Yeah, that's what you denied in there too. You denied it in there too. Show the proof.
Oh my
I don't have it
freaking
anymore
word,
'cause you
y'all.
deleted
How
it.
long we been live?
So you should have a copy of it. You usually have a copy of everything. Show the whole conversation.
An hour or something.
After that happened, I never talked about you. Never. Not even to Blaine.
I would skip it until ink comes up.
I wanted to correct something.
Really, what are you talking about? Now you're calling me names. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. So.
Soon as she gets
On she was on a live and you guys called the phone and everything. Yeah.
sorry, y'all.
What did my
Oh,
what
Lord.
if she asked any better than anybody? I'm not. You told me that she hacked your shit. You told me that. To jump around. Oh. I do not give information out because I have no information to give out. Okay, with you, I have nothing. Okay. Yeah, I'm lying about shit.
Shit, I'm sorry, y'all.
Lenny forgave me for that.
Okay, just right here.
That was stupid. Yeah, that was terrible what I did to Lenny that day. You bet it was. Lenny forgave me for that too. Yep, that was really stupid that day.
That was on Jenna.
Yeah, it was. That was terrible that day.
Yes, that was on me. That was completely on me. I did not read it. I just popped it up. Unseen sent it to me, and I just popped it up. Whether anybody believes me or not, I don't care. I had to go to the bathroom. I said, Mrs. T, can you hold it down and read it? But when I came back, I seen everybody in chat saying, hold up, hold up, hold up. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? So, no, Mrs. T had nothing to do with that. Absolutely nothing. I've took full responsibility of that. It was my panel. So why would that be her fault? She had no clue what I was about to pop up. And I didn't proofread it. So that was my fault. Hey, Mrs. T. Well, since I'm the topic of YouTube, what did she say? Universe. Anyone? I don't have no questions at all. At all. Do you have any questions, CJ? I don't have questions.
I'm better saying nothing.
I would just say don't let nobody come between your friendships. I also would say don't let nobody tell you who you can and cannot be friends with. That's just my opinion. And I know Tabby did not give Buddy the information because she wasn't around at that time. How did she give all the information when these people just came around? Am I wrong? CJ?
No.
Okay. Just making sure.
Hold on.
What is her problem? And where did she go?
She done bounced out. She ran. She ran.
She's gonna run her mouth.
All right, y'all. Here it goes. Here it goes. You ready, CJ?
Get your earplugs and buckle up.
All right. Get your earplugs, look. Get your earplugs. Because here we go.
Ow, bitch.
Because we're going for a whirlwind right here. A world.
You might
wind.
slow it down now.
You want me to slow it down? Okay,
You
let me
might
slow it down. I'm gonna slow it down just a little bit. Just a little bit. 'Cause here we go. Here we go. And I keep messing up.
Bitch. Oh, bitch. Come your ass back up here, Mrs. T. Bring your ass back up here. You gonna bolt for what? You gonna run your damn mouth and then you're gonna go? Why?
Because she's scared.
I mean, you were all over the board. You was a hot ass mess up.
Okay, I'm gonna put this out here right now. I wouldn't want to be on a panel with you either. You can't get a word in edgewise with you. You'll tell someone to talk, and then when they talk, you tell them, "Oh, shut the fuck up." So no, I don't blame her for jumping down.
Up here. You're not answering nothing. You want to talk about everything but what was put on your plate. Why is that? Because you're what, Mother Teresa tonight? Miss Gummy Lady? You've been eating them damn gummies tonight, haven't you?
I thought Mother Teresa was Shining's name. CJ?
Yeah,
Or was that Mother Mary? Mother Mary Frances. Hmm?
She calls me and Shining that every now and again when she's got nothing else to say.
Yeah.
You're high as hell. Want to sit up there and talk about what Purple's doing to everybody, and then you blame Purple. It's all Purple's fault. And then you want to talk about what I did, but don't worry about what your ass did. You knew what you were reading about Lenny. You know what you did to the girls. I don't have to be friends with them to say what you did to them because your ass was a little butt hurt. And then you did nothing but use me in the Discord. And then you went through there and deleted what you wanted to. So how can I really show anything when it's been deleted? Dirty deleter. You. Bring your ass back up here.
Well, Mrs. T.
I mean, she's going to talk shit. And then she's going to bolt when I say, drop the link. And I'm coming.
Sorry, yeah.
Why? Where'd you go? Bring your ass back up here. I got tired of typing in that chat because you're not paying attention. You're just all over the board, answering everything but. Oh, well, Lenny forgave me. I don't give a fuck. That's not the point. The point of the matter, ma'am, is you knew what you were reading and you continued.
No, she didn't. She had no clue what she was reading. And I'm sorry, I do have to say that. She had no clue at all what she was reading. So believe what you want. I don't care. I know the truth. Anybody that knows was around. Was y'all around at that time? CJ? Y'all was around.
Yeah, probably, but I check out sometimes. So depends on what it is.
Yeah, you were played like a fiddle. You sure were, by your girl. She played you to read everything about Lenny. And I've said lots about Lenny. Lenny said lots about me. Okay? So now we done squashed that shit. Now let me sweep that shit off the porch. Okay? I own what I do. Every day I own what I do. And I don't need you sitting up there trying to tell anything about what I do, what I say. What I say and what I do, that's on me, not your ass.
You're gonna have to tell me when to pause it if you want to speak. Okay,
Lava.
because when I want to speak, I'm gonna pause it, but you're gonna have to tell me when you want to speak to pause. Okay.
Oh, believe me, I will.
Okay. All right.
That's Mrs. T. The gummy lady. Yeah, what about all them gummies? What about all that shit? Man, don't get me started. Do not get me started on your ass. Come back up here. I asked you a simple question down there in the damn chat, and you just went all the way around the world not to answer one question. And then it turns into this because you want to be Mother Teresa. Huh? Because you're just that person. You're just that gal, right? You don't do any wrong. You don't do shit wrong. Yes, Lenny and I are friends. I mean, I'm adulting enough to be able to put shit in the past.
Excuse me.
To let things go.
Okay, because when you get done, I want to talk.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
You're adulting enough to move past the past, but yet you're still sat 4 years later accusing Jen of hacking because of your paranoid thoughts.
Ink.
But that's you adulting and moving past it.
Right.
Or is it adulting moving past it when you choose to, when we all decided to make up with Jenna again and you started speaking to Jenna again? Did you adult and move past things then when you chose to come into a group chat and messenger with us all? When you chose to sit there for another year and a half with us all, including Jenna, because you had decided to move past it? But now, apparently, that's all out the window because we've now went backwards 4 years because you've now went back to square one, being the same paranoid person you were when you first met Lenny.
Right. I just have one question for Ink. Ink, when we supposed to have put everything behind us, that's what I thought, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't know that it was you was still holding on to the past.
Well, exactly. Were you really moving past things with Jenna to be in a group chat with us all in Messenger? Was that all fake as shit? Or what? You know? Were you just being fake as for that year and a half and you hadn't moved past shit?
Because
And
I'm
just
gonna
faking it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this now. I left that group chat. I'm the one that left it. The girls stayed. Okay. I'm the one that left it. That night that we was in Discord, when you like literally cussed me out for 2 hours straight, and I was sitting there trying to talk to you, and every time I said something, you told me shut the fuck up, and I took a lot of shit from you that night.
Yeah. And let's be real, what led up to that 2 hour phone call where she done nothing but bash you in that call.
All right.
She was feeling left out because she was finding things out from you through lives. secondhand. She thought all of us knew everything.
Yeah.
And she would get jealous and insecure, and she would get annoyed, and then that would come across some kind of way, and that's what it led to.
Yeah. And I had a miscarriage. And I did not want to talk to nobody about it except for a certain amount of people.
And because I found out later, she got annoyed about that also. And what was it that led to the 2-hour call?
It was because somebody, I can't remember who it was on a panel. I don't remember whose panel it was. And I don't even remember the person. It was so irrelevant. But I went in her Discord, Purple's Discord at the time, and I said, so y'all are just going to sit here while that girl's over there being drugged by herself. So everybody went into a Discord. I thought we was going to talk about the situation. But when we went in there, only Ink was going at me.
Yeah.
And that's it.
It's the timing of the whole thing between the week before, where there was a lot of butthurtness because she was feeling as if she was finding things out secondhand to all of us. And then that happening where she ended up in a 2-hour call with you in Discord.
Yeah.
And then you left the messenger chat straight after that, I believe, as far as I remember.
Exactly. As soon as I got off that Discord call, I left that messenger chat. I did not say nothing to y'all. I just left that chat. I didn't want nothing to do with her. And that was my decision.
No. I mean, you made your own choices, and we were all still in there. We were all, you know what I mean, sat there with Ink. If she wanted to chat, we were there. So, you know, you weren't telling us not to be friends with Ink. We were all still there. But Ink went really strange and quiet after that. And when the whole infamous screenshot thing happened, the day before that happened, and this is another thing, as you'll hear Ink saying about how much of a victim she is, that she's so hurt that we all left her, and she's so hurt about all these things, and girls she used to know and care about are over here talking about her. Well, Ink, we never left you.
They never left you.
We never left you.
Hey,
Jenna
AC.
that. Jenna did. And she's openly said that. We never left you.
No.
I'd spoke to you the day before this whole screenshot BS blew up. And I was sitting on call with you. Trying to be a friend. And then the night the screenshot thing happened, that later that night, after we'd been on a call, or it was the day after, it was either the day before we were on call, and then it was the next night, or the same day. I always get mixed up sometimes because of the time difference. But either way, because you sent me a big, massive, book-long message.
I'm sorry, I gotta go use the bathroom again. I'll be right back.
Okay, you sent me a big, massive, book-long message after Jenna left the chat and after the screenshot thing came out. And because I didn't respond to you immediately, i.e. the time difference, I was in my damn bed, I woke up the next morning to being blocked, and all the other girls were blocked. Right? And Discord, on Messenger, you just removed us all. Right? We never done a damn thing to you. We never said a wrong thing to you. The only thing that had happened was a 2-hour call where you sat and bashed Jenna endlessly because you were already stabby shit at feeling left out. And then when Jenna left the messenger. Now that was Jenna that left the messenger. Like I said, you were the one that walked away from all of us. So please don't sit there and victim mentality of we all left you, because you've got it backwards. Absolutely backwards. You might have had an argument with Jenna at the time, but like I said, we're all individual people. We don't tell each other who to be friends with, so we were all still in that chat. You made the decision to leave that chat eventually. You blocked us all. So please don't sit there and be a damn hypocrite that you're sitting there. oh, it hurts me to see people that I used to care about sitting talking about me. What about the 10 million lives you did, Ink, when we parted ways with Purple? What about that? What about the amount of lives that you did after you walked away from us all? Did we say anything to you back then? It's always the same, paranoia led and led by Linny. What about when we all made up, Ink? You sat there and you made it clear that you'd been influenced by Linny, that Linny made your paranoia 10 times worse. That you were actually glad to have parted ways with Linny at that point because she wasn't feeding you in any of that shit anymore. You'd actually got to a point where you were like, yeah, that was just a crazy time.
Oh,
You'd worked through that enough to sort your shit out with Jenna. Or like I said, was that all fake as shit?
well, it had to be fake. Because obviously our friendship wasn't worth talking it out. Because when we went into that voice call, it wasn't about what I put in Discord. It was about her going at me. And that's all it was.
Yep.
And the only reason why I sat there like a little bitch is because I actually cared about you.
It's a bit the thing when you become reactive like that, Ink, because you became reactive, and if you'd have just sat back at the time, Jenna would have probably spoke to you a few days later once things had calmed down.
Well, I was looking for, I had wrote in chat, has anybody seen Ink? Has anybody seen Ink? And she thought, I don't know if it bothered her or whatever, but I wanted to tell her what was going on with me. I wanted to let her know that, hey, I had a miscarriage. That's what's going on with me.
And you did eventually got her in the messenger chat because we've been tagging her because she was able. You know what Ink's like. She goes through periods where she just disappears.
Yeah. But no. Ain't these girls could have stayed friends with you. I most definitely did not tell them to stop being your friend. I did not.
No.
It was the situation, and then I don't know what happened, but I know you kept going live repetitively.
Yeah. I woke up to a block button when I had done nothing but be a friend on the other end of a phone. That's it.
And just because I left chat doesn't mean y'all were still in there, wasn't y'all?
Yeah, we were all still in there for a while.
Are y'all still in there now?
No, she left. That's what I'm saying. We were all still in there right up until the screenshot thing happened. And then she left chat and then blocked us all. And the night the screenshot. So what she didn't, we were so good a friend that she didn't even come to us and have a conversation to hear our side. She just jumped on board the purple train. That was her, made her mind up, let her anger and twistedness towards you that she apparently hadn't let go of overtake, and she became reactive as shit, and that was it. We all got a block button, she left, and that was it.
But what I don't understand is that when we became back friends, she admitted that I didn't hack her.
I know, that's what I'm saying. She admitted she was all influence of Linny. She admitted that she knew she hadn't been hacked. She admitted that there was probably a logical explanation to the certain things that she was looking at. She knew that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. Let's get through this.
Can do that. Linny is my friend. She was my friend. And it hurt my heart when we weren't friends. It did. I can't say that for some. But hey, it is what it is.
I can understand you can't say that for me, but can you say that for the girls? That's my question to you. Do you not care about them? Because you don't have to be friends with me to be friends with them.
Nope, she made the decision for all of us the day she hit a block button.
People show you who they are, and you choose to run with that. That's cool. Don't sit up there and try to throw me under the bus when your ass has been driving the dirty bus your damn self. Miss Dirty Deleter, Miss Doxer. You doxed the shit out of the girls when they were on vacation because you couldn't go, or something to that effect. Anyway, they had to leave because
What?
somebody was creeping around their place because of what you did. Huh? Made them feel very, very unsafe, Mrs. T. You remember that? But you thought that shit was funny. You remember how funny it was, and you denied it. You denied it until you couldn't. So you a dirty bitch. You a dirty bitch. But you sit up there, this squeaky ass fucking voice you got, and try to be as nice as all this. It's not working. Because you did nothing but try to pump me for information, and then you turned around and you used it all against me. You even smeared what the girl said about me. And you said that to hurt me, not to tell. You did it to
That's
hurt me.
yeah, that's true. Like I said, I'll say what's right and what's wrong, but yeah, that's true. She did. I mean, not often thinks right, but on that she's right.
Well, she probably did it to hurt, to hurt her about y'all. But in the other side, Ink was still with this shit about me. So that's what I'm saying. Like, why did she even say she forgave if she was still thinking the way she did?
That's
That's
when they wonder if it's a fake
that's
friendship
hate
or
to me.
what. Yeah.
Like, I literally was sincere with everything I said to you.
Hey, shit show.
And you did. That was nothing more than that was your plan all along. That was your plan. You did it. You were malicious as fuck.
And so was you, Ink.
Yeah, they had to change. They had to leave and go to an undisclosed place because of what Mrs. T did in the Discord. She told a lot of people where they were. I had no idea.
All right, Mrs. T.
Because she said she was supposed to, or she was gonna go. Who dirty deleted? Mrs. T. And then she says, "Oh, well, you got all of everything because you blocked me." Yeah, I blocked your ass. I sure did. But not before you went in and deleted what you needed. Remember? Remember? I remember. The girls remember. They remember as well. I think Linda, she even commented because she remembered as well. People know what you've done. You sit there on your holier than thou throne if you want to. Everybody knows how nasty and dirty you are. Yeah, she's dangerous as fuck. She sure is. She sure is. She's not innocent by far. She put the
Right,
girls
Chris?
in danger. She sure did. She sure did. Birds of a feather flock together. They sure do. She's just as bad as the other.
Pooh.
And then she bolts when I'm coming up here. Makes no sense. Did I take my medication? Nope, I did not, bitch. You want to come give it to me? Come on. Come give me my medicine. Come on.
I'm sorry, I wouldn't want to be on a panel with.
Anybody that sits over there and condones what was done to the people over here, I don't give a shit about none of that.
Okay, I understand what was done was wrong. Okay, I understand that. Okay, and I agree with that. But would you agree with me what Purple has done is wrong? I'm sorry. You can put my information out all you want to, but when you go after somebody's child, that's a different level.
Yeah.
I'm
Definitely.
sorry. Go at me all you want to. Put my address out. Wait, Lenny already has. Lenny sent my whole thing to everybody. Back to where I grew up at. My grandma's address, everything. My grandma's name, everybody. But you don't go real life, do you, Lenny?
She's got a whole ass Google Drive filing you.
So we can agree to disagree. The doxing is wrong. I did dox Lenny. I pulled it up here on public. It was public information. It was did. I did it. Do I feel sorry for it? No, I don't. That's me. Some people could say I'm wrong for that, and I can accept that. You can dox me all day long, but going after somebody's child is a different story. And it seems to me like y'all are, and this is my opinion, Lord, please forgive me, that y'all are only sticking up for one child. One parent. And I'm sorry. That's the way I see it. Nobody has to agree with me on that. I don't care. Anybody that has lost a child, that child should not be gone after.
Completely agree.
Go after the parent all you want to. Whether the child was an adult when they passed, whether the child was a teenager or a baby when they passed. Child and period should be left the fuck alone. I've done some shit on here I regret, man. I really do. I regret that shit going after Lolita. I really do. I didn't put her child's pictures out here, and I didn't speak bad of her child. But I brought somebody's ex-husband up here that was not even none of my fucking business, and I did it. Shouldn't have done that shit. But y'all sit over here on Purple's panel and call out people for some stupid shit that has been done when this bitch that you're sitting beside Ink done 10 times worse. Sit up on a panel with Tony. The graphic details. What she said about Tony's child?
Yep.
What the fuck? I'm sorry.
That was absolutely vile.
It was. Man, I'm telling you. I don't know who called me, but I appreciate them calling me because I was about to go live then. That was some sick stuff I heard. But you want to call everybody else Vile Ink, right? Now lace my boot up and lace that bitch.
Don't care how much you like someone or hate someone. Don't go after their deceased relatives, especially when it's, like I said, their child. Your child's your child, whether you're 40 years old or 20 years old or 10 years old. Your child's still your damn child when you're a parent. So just leave kids that have passed alone. Do you know what I'm saying? Let them rest in peace. Leave them alone and don't use them as a weapon. It's as simple as that. Anybody that tries to weaponize somebody's deceased child, you've just shown your ass to be the vilest piece of shit you can be. Don't care how much you think somebody deserves it.
Right.
I'm not here to put out anybody.
Sorry.
Handle yourself in a different dang way when you're angry at somebody, but don't ever go after someone's passed away child. Like that, just no. Have some class. Well, it's hard times at times,
Yeah.
Purple, but try to have some at least.
Right, but that's coming from this channel. And this whole chat is sitting here thinking, well, what does Purple do? Purple don't do nothing to nobody. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Body's information. What? That bitch, man. She probably done ate a whole damn bag. She showed me about 3 bags whenever there was somebody sending her money. I forgot who sent her money, but she was sending me pictures of gummies when I was told that no, she didn't have any gummies. So she had went and purchased, I think this was before her move or something. I don't remember. I don't really care. Go eat all of them. Go eat all the bags. Go eat every one of them. There is no sober Mrs. T. Are you kidding? And yeah, when she come over here and she got the money from whomever donated to her over here, she sure did, right after the fact, go back over in that chat over there and was talking shit. I do believe I probably have that screenshot somewhere. I think I probably do, Mrs. T. Being a screenshot.
Yeah, you do screenshot a lot of stuff. And I wonder where I got my screenshot from. Just gonna put that out there. The screenshot ink. Where'd I get my screenshot from, Ink?
Shot everything you bet your ass when it's important. Bet your ass I got it. I do. You think you're so damn slick. Slick as owl shit, right? That's about it. I'm sorry, Purple. I swear to God, I'm so fucking pissed off right now, and
You're good, love.
I mean, she's gonna sit up there and run her damn mouth, and then when I'm coming up there, then she hauls ass.
Mm-hmm. Running scared.
Holier than thou. Yeah.
No one can have a civil conversation with you at all. No one. It ain't about being scared. Hey, Susan.
Hey, Susan.
It's about you cannot control your mouth. You can't control your anger. And it's about to show here in a minute. It's already showing now. Right, Pooh? Ask her light should give you medicine ink for real. Like, man, pass her a fucking Xanax or something.
To talk some smack shit. Bring your ass back up here. She's a dirty piece of shit. You're a dirty bitch.
Crystal.
Girl, look, I don't go around just doing that just to do it. And I don't do nothing like I used to. I'm not on here because I got real shit going on. Okay. So no, I'm not on YouTube like I used to be.
You're not. You go on somebody's panel that I don't even watch and run your mouth about me. when I barely even speak to you. This is the most I've spoke about you in a very long time. Very long time. But you ain't on YouTube, are you? I can't see you because you got me blocked. But still, hey. I don't know. I could be wrong. Right, Georgette?
And a lot of these bitches, they don't matter to me. But when I speak on something, I'm not speaking on it for my fucking health, okay? I'm speaking on it because it happened.
No, the fuck it didn't, Ink. No, it did not.
When? What realm? What dimension?
Really? What dimension are we in? I mean, literally. Are we doing a quantum leap thing where we're going back in time or going to a different dimension, different sector? Where are we going? Because ain't no way in hell what you spewing out your mouth will be correct. Because I'm telling you this. If you have maybe you have went to the police and said, hey, look at this. Someone's hacking me. What do they do? Turn you around? Because if someone was hacking you for real, they would have done an investigation. And they would have already took my devices 4 years ago. That was a good one, CJ. We in the Twilight Zone? Hell no. Oh man.
I speak of it because it is the truth. I don't speak on it if I don't have shit to back up what I'm saying. And people that know me, they know that's the facts.
We know you have screenshots galore. How'd I get my screenshot, Ink? But I do know one thing. You talk out the side of your neck. Your truth, honey, isn't truth. And I'm sorry to tell you that.
I don't get up here and lie. I have no reason to lie. I lived the hell, and I have every right to talk about it if I want to. Sit around and record it if you want to. Ain't nothing about paranoia. But when you see shit pop up on things that wasn't there before, you call it what you want to. But I will say this, survivors don't do that to people. They don't talk shit like that's been talked to others, especially the ones that they sit there and say they used to love them and care for them and give a shit about them. Y'all listen to all that shit the other night.
Okay. I'm going to continue for a moment.
You know, y'all try to go and hit somebody to the core with your words.
My last live I done on her, was it bad?
No.
You was up here with me. Was it bad?
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
Okay. So no, I wasn't trying to hit you to your core. Survivors are survivors.
Doesn't mean we're not human and don't have opinions. I'm just saying.
Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has them. You might not like it. Might not be the color you like.
Your words are like daggers. You understand? Your words are just like.
And you know what? Your words used to be daggers to me too.
Yeah. What do you think your words were to all of us when you hit the block button and started going live multiple times when none of us done shit?
They were
words cut ink.
They were hurting very badly. You're not the only one that's been hurt, Ink. I think all these girls have been hurt too. By you just throwing them away because why? I left the group chat. I didn't want to be around you. Why? Because they
decided to step back. You decided to walk away from everyone. Because that's what it was. You walked away from everyone.
And then you started going live about everyone.
Like a sharp ass dagger.
Mm,
because it's coming from people that used to say they gave a shit
mm,
about you.
yeah.
That they gave a shit about survivors.
Mm,
You don't give a shit about surviving nothing.
mm.
Y'all give a shit about you surviving through whatever you survived through, whether it's a lie or if it's the truth or whatever you want it to be. But you don't have the right to run around here and try to tear somebody else apart for your own satisfaction.
If you take this as tearing you apart, sorry.
Wow.
No. This is nowhere
Maybe we
near.
forget the us that was like 3 years ago, but like,
Yeah.
yeah, this was mild.
Yeah, mild compared to what it normally is. You know, this is baby steps. You know?
Y'all think you sound cute up there saying that I'm paranoid?
Yeah.
What happened when y'all weren't talking to that one over there? Did y'all let her in your stuff?
She can't say my name right here, but she wants to say it on another channel. Say it, Ink. Jenna.
Did you let her come in and get into your emails? Did you let her in your studio? Did you? Hell no, you
CJ,
Well, right. If we
you want to
let-
go ahead and address this?
Right. If while we fell out, why would we have allowed Jenna access to anything? Why?
But have you? But have I
But-
ever been? Have I been in your stuff?
Yes, but like I said, when we've been friends, Jenna's never hacked us, abused our trust. None of those things. She's had access to my studio. She's had access to my YouTube at times when I've needed help. She's had access to different things. Has she ever abused it? No. Has she ever hacked? No.
You sure?
Pretty dang sure.
You didn't get no charges on your debit card or nothing like
No,
that?
but like, see, if you have got those kind of skills, can you do it the reverse way and put money in? Because, like, I really don't think you like do it the reverse way. Can you hack some money into my account instead of out? That would be pretty awesome.
Right.
Like, Jenna's no hacker, right? This paranoia has been going since the beginning of all of us walking out as Iggy's.
Yep.
This paranoia has been there since Jenna and Vestiges were friends.
Oh yeah, it
That's
started back then, didn't it?
Yeah,
They
that's
thought
where
that-
it started, because they all originally, when we all got together as a group, all the OG ones, Ink and Lenny believed that Vestiges was the hacker.
Yeah.
And then Vestiges was brought to tears on Alive one night, and
Even
scared.
Sam thought he was hacking.
Yeah, and then get terrified into, and like literally terrified the guy into freaking showing all his screens and stuff. He went live and showed all his screens, and because like Jenna was up on panel helping him, like telling him how to like help.
No, he
Is
was
it
helping
back-
me because he done all the stuff. I didn't know how to help.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I was
Like,
new to YouTube.
you were supporting him because he was like right upset. So you'd been up to give him like support.
Yeah.
Guy was like right upset and he was showing all these screens. But then because Jenna went up there to give him like some support, all of a sudden it switched from, okay, he's proved he's not the hacker, so it must be Jenna. And it's been Jenna ever since.
It's
And
okay.
then we've had a Fire Stick name change apparently happen. We've had our apparently Ink's proof of Jenna being a hacker is a phone call.
Hey, oh no, she said that her stuff went. That phone call went to my computer. Her email went to my computer. When at the
That's
hotel,
possible.
I never used my computer. I had to use my phone. I
Yeah.
don't get it. Like, make it make sense to me. I don't know. I can't help her.
Well, I don't know how proof of an unknown number or a missed call that you call back, and even if it did lead back to you, how's that proof of you hacking anything? That's just proof of a missed call.
Right.
But how's that proof of hacking? So,
I don't know.
like I said, her and Lenny have been going on for years, since Vestiges days of Jenna's the hacker.
Right.
And we've got files to prove Jenna's been in this and in that. Prove it to the police. We've said
Yep.
this a million times. If you guys can mouth off for this amount of years that somebody's doing this kind of crime, this kind of like illegal crime, then take it to the police. Take your Jenna X files to the police. Take your little Google Drive
Right?
to the police station and explain it.
With all them empty threats and promises in chat.
Yeah.
You got files on her. I got files. I
Yeah,
just filed
take it
today.
anyway. Go explain your situation to the police, both of you. I actually beg you to do so because I'd love to be a fly in the wall for that dang conversation. Not lying, I really would. Because let's see how that one goes. Just saying, go hand your files in. Your
Right.
Jenna X files.
Da, da, da.
You did not. No, you didn't. I know I have videos. I know I have them. I know I
you
have
do.
them. There was much shit talked. And you do nothing but try to run around and hurt somebody all the time. All of you people, y'all once were a part of people's lives, and then you chose not to be. That's your choice. And you make that choice to run around and try to tear somebody's life apart.
Whose choice was that?
Try to tear their stories apart.
Oh my goodness.
It was y'all's choice to walk away from her, or was it her choice to walk away from
You
y'all?
walked away from all of us, Hank.
It was my choice to walk away
Jenna
from you.
leaving because Jenna walked out the chat and you and Jenna had the 2-hour freaking fight. You tarred us all with the same brush that you were tarring Jenna, and your hate for Jenna, and you treated us all the same way. We all woke up to a block button and you were gone. And you've done nothing but cry victim since that we all freaking abandoned Jane, mistreated Jane, all of these kinds of things. You walked away from us. We would have still tried to be your friend, providing you weren't bashing our other friend and putting us in the middle. But if you could have kept your hatred and anything nasty towards Jenna separate, we would have still tried to be friends. Don't sit there with your victim mentality with that bullshit. I'm telling you that right now, because that's just like wrong.
How much longer we got? Oh my word, this is like the longest live I've done in a while.
And FYI, I am speaking for me, not any of the other girls. I'm speaking for me. Even this, I've got a habit of saying we, but I'm talking me, not other people.
Yeah. And I'm speaking for myself, so I'm the one that left. I didn't want to be.
Can I say this just because I want to say it out loud? Lynn, the finger licker, said, very interesting to hear that Ink took the screenshot in Purple's Discord. What do you have to say for yourself, Ink?
I don't know, Ink. Can you answer that one? Everybody wanted to know where did the screenshot come from. But it's the one running her fucking mouth the most. So how about you tell Purple that? Damn.
Yep.
I was going to keep a secret forever. I'm not going to tell nobody. I'm tired of your fucking mouth, girl.
And then they said, the level of paranoia that comes from Ink and Lenny is legendary. Lord help those around them if they believe what these women say. These women believes the paranoia thoughts they have created. And
I'm serious, Amanda. I'm done with it. I'm done. I held it for a very long time. This bitch been bashing me the whole fucking time. I'm done. Done with it.
Sitting there in victim mentality the whole dang time. Well, what? How much is your ass been covered, Ink? Just saying.
I'm sick and tired of it. Like, damn. Like it.
You don't have that right. You don't get that right. Somebody's story is their story. You don't want somebody coming in and ripping your story apart, right?
Purple has, and so have you. When I had my miscarriage, what did you do, bitch?
Yep.
What did you and Purple do? When I sat there in a Discord and told you I had a miscarriage, what did you do, bitch?
Right, Mrs. T? You didn't want to talk about your story, though, did you? You wanted to just keep putting it off, blaming somebody else for what somebody else did. what I did. Don't talk about what your ass did. Let's talk about what Ink did. What Ink said about Lenny. Lenny. I know you read my comment. I know you have. And if you didn't, I have the screenshots. I'll send them to you.
Yeah, you got those screenshots. Sure enough.
But I know you did. Everybody did. I make no bones about what I say because I speak. When I speak from my heart. I speak with every ounce of everything that I have inside of my body. Did I call any a bitch? I sure did. What else? What else more did I say? What, she's just a bitch? She's out running her damn mouth? I mean, what? What are you gonna say about what I said about Lenny? Are you trying to stir up some shit about Lenny, but you couldn't own what you read about Lenny? Oh, she forgave me for that. Well, she forgave me too, bitch. We both owned what we did. We both went our separate ways. Was it hard? Absolutely. I think I spoke on that a few times as well. You don't just forget when you have a close friendship with somebody. Yeah, it does hurt when you're not with.
Does it hurt when you're not close, when you lose a friend that wasn't close to you? Does it? But I got dogged for saying how I felt about when you and I separated because you was a close friend of mine at that time. And the girls were supposedly close friends of yours. But you kicked them because of me? What kind of friend is that?
Literally, I'd been on call here I think I said it was the day before, and then the next day I woke up to a rant in my inbox from her about you, and then a block button. I didn't even get a chance to reply to it, and I hadn't done nothing, said nothing to her, nothing. So don't sit there and cry victim that, like I said, that you were so hard done by and we all pushed you away. You pushed yourself away and you were the one that left.
Right.
Person anymore. When you don't talk to that person anymore because of bitches like you. Because of bitches like you. They want to run around. You're just so much better. You think you're better? You're no better. You dox. You talk shit. You've done a lot of smearing, Mrs. T. And you continue to do it as well. But you're not owning it. Yes, it is a hurt. Ozymandias, it is.
Here we go.
Do I feel bad about a lot? I do. Because she was my friend. They were my friends. It's hard when you're not with anybody anymore. And then to hear them try to rip you apart, try to tear your words apart, call you a liar, say you're paranoid. That's their thing. They want to say I'm paranoid. Okay, bitches, I'm paranoid. Okay, I'm paranoid. So what? What about it? Huh? What about it? And then the other one the other night, what'd she say? And I have proof.
I'll tell you what about it, Ink. You're paranoid. You know you're paranoid. When we all started talking again, you even admitted, like I said, to how much Lenny had driven your paranoia before you separated ways. You spoke about that often. You got to a place, or so we all thought, with Jenna, where you had came to accept that some of the things that had been happening or happened, there was an actual plausible, reasonable, logical dang explanation.
I'll be right
but
back.
because you were being fed so much paranoia and being drip fed it even more by the people surrounding you, you made it your reality. You made it your reality. And then you say you moved on past that to adult and move on with Jenna and all the rest of it. Well, obviously you didn't, because the second everything went down, that was you. No adult conversation, no adulting whatsoever. You just been reactive in your feelings, throwing shit as you always do, and that was it. You're saying you're so hurt by the people that you used to be part of and all those feelings. Well, you made yourself not part of it. The only person that decided to take time out was Jenna. You made yourself not part of everything dang else. That was a choice you made. And yet again, you're still sitting up there, victim mentality, as if we all abandoned you and walked away from you and started freaking just out of nowhere attacking you. No, we were friends right up until you hit the dang block button. And that was after you and Jenna had fell out. That was a while after. And then you cut all of us off as well. Started going live and coming at us all repeatedly in your lives, and that was it. So please don't sit there with that victim mind as if you're so hard dang done by. Because I'm sorry, it really doesn't wash.
Yeah.
It's not just about your feelings. There's other people's feelings included in that situation as well at the time. Not just about you.
I don't really care about my feelings. I mean, I don't have to be friends with her. You know, after what happened, I don't want to be back friends with her. You know, I can let bygones be bygones, but other than that, I'm good. Nobody.
For the hurt you were going through, anything she caused any of us, anything like that. It was just all about me. How it hurt Ink. How you all walked away from me. Nobody walked away from you.
Nobody deserves abuse. And if you think that's a friendship, it's not. It's not.
Proof she lied like a damn rug. Yet again, imagine that. The reason that she said that thought she saw me was because I was so out of control, crazy, that I would show up in Georgia. I know when I was asked, I heard you went to Georgia. I said, for what? I ain't lost shit in Georgia. Well, Jenna said that you was up there dancing around, taunting her. What? Why the hell would I go to Georgia around that crazy to go dance around on the top floor above?
You know, I think you're crazy. You think I'm crazy. I know I'm crazy. I can admit that. I am crazy.
Certifiable.
But I am certifiable crazy. I do take my medications. I make sure I don't skip my doses. But I also do understand psychosis. And I'm not a doctor. No way, shape, or form am I a doctor. I do know our conversations when we talked on the phone, what was said. I'm not going to repeat all those. But, of course, I was scared as hell. I mean, really, you scared the shit out of me. I literally thought you was above my hotel room.
We don't discriminate with paranoia.
I love you too,
don't think
sweetie.
it's a one-sided thing, Ink, where we're just saying you're paranoid. Jenna will completely own at the time.
Hell yeah, I was paranoid as fuck.
I struggle as
When
well.
I first came to YouTube, I was scared as hell. Didn't know what I was walking into. I ain't never been on this kind of stuff like this. Never.
Above her room at the motel for. Why would I do that? I would never do such a thing. She was off of her meds. That's what happened. Her daughter even told her, that's not ink. That's not ink. She swore up.
I can promise you this. While I was at that hotel room, I was not off my meds. I cannot go off my meds because if I go off my meds, I'll end up in a hospital.
And down, it was ink. Now, do you want to tell the truth about what really went on? Or do you want to continue this little storyline that y'all got going on that I am paranoid? What I do.
Oh.
Go ahead.
How's that story a storyline, Ink?
I want to hear the story.
You know yourself that there's paranoia there. You know yourself that you and Lenny together make an explosive pair where you drip feed each other's paranoia and you feed each other's fire when it comes to paranoia and mutual hate for Jenna.
Yeah,
and if that's
very
what you're
crazy.
happy living within and being stuck in, power to you. Because we're all living in a whole ass different way. As I said, you might come up occasionally and we might address things occasionally, but we're not living and breathing for ink
No,
or living.
most definitely not.
Just saying.
Literally not. I mean, our world does not revolve around YouTube.
Nothing about what you have done. What nobody else has done is what I did. And that she, woo, woo, yeah. And that she left me. Listen. Look, I got every bit of the proof about everything. Everything. If you want to continue this lying little episode that you want to just continue to just run down the road with, I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of it.
Show it. Show every bit of it, Ink. I don't care.
Add it to
I
the
want
Jenna
you,
files.
right? I want you to put it out here for everyone to see. Please. Please. Let Purple do an expose on me. Let her. Please.
You did have a text now number. You're an absolute liar. You're a liar.
What?
If you're still that, can we please have a video of the X-Files theme tune in the background with Mulder and Scully's face replaced as Jenna, Ink, and Lenny? We need a third character apart from Mulder and Scully, but with the X-Files music in the background, please and thank you.
Hey, we can do a fourth character with Purple's forehead.
Yeah, we need Purple's forehead. Yeah.
Yeah,
We need
showing that it's actually bigger than 3 inches. Just saying.
Ink's got my number. Ink's got my number. Oh, well, so what? I got a text now number.
You got 10 text now numbers. You probably got more than 10 now, depending on how many phones you got.
That you said you didn't have. And the number that was in my phone, no, it wasn't her number. And how many times did you play it last night or whenever it was? How many times did you rewind it and you still got it wrong as to what I said? I said I found a number.
Ink, my live was during the day. It wasn't at nighttime. And I did say you said a number. I didn't say you said. I was trying to clarify if you said her number or a number.
Yep.
But at the end, I did clarify. Didn't we clarify it was a number?
We clarified it.
Okay, just making sure we did.
Provide that. See, at the end of the day, even if that number that you had and didn't recognize did ring through to a number that Jenna was not answering, right? I can't tell you the amount of times we've been on call and Jenna's had to use another device, like her kid's device or something like that, and quickly use because she's busy using her other device for something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't mean anything other than you had a missed call if it was from Jenna, and that's all it means. A missed call.
I wish she would turn me over to the FBI. I really do. That's supposed to have been 4 years ago. Going on 4 years.
And Lenny have been going on about this file since the beginning of the damn time. Like I said, if you've got this big file, take it to the FBI, whatever. Take it to the police. Do what you got to do, but none of you will, none of you have.
Do what you need to do. Get justice.
Yeah.
Not her number, a number. And that's what I told Sam. He said, call it. I said, good idea. She's live. I said, oh, okay. So that's what he did. He recorded it while I called. I called the number. I don't know whose number that was. I've never seen it before. But lo and behold, while Jenna was on her live, I dialed the number and it rang. While she was on her live, she reached up and she turns it off on her computer. He said, call it again. I said, okay. He's recording it at the time. I called it again. She did it again. Reached up. You can see her doing it. She puts her hand on her neck. He said, do it again. I said, okay.
Damn.
And I did it again. And what happened? I got to smirk because she knew I knew. She knew I knew.
What the fuck? Okay, yeah. I'm sorry, y'all. This is in real life. This isn't a movie you're watching.
Nope.
That she was in my stuff. Why is a phone number coming from her computer in my phone? Why?
Oh, Lord.
Why? And it rang to her computer? Come on. You can't make this shit up.
Oh,
She's put me through hell, and I don't give a shit how you want to look at it, how you slice it or dice it. If you want to listen to her shit, then listen to her shit. But if she's done what she's done to everybody else, don't think she won't do it to you too. Huh? Don't think she won't do it to you too. She ain't here to make friends. She ain't here to make no friends with nobody.
absolutely not.
She's done a lot of fuck shit to a lot of people.
I sure have.
She come here to do it to Purple too. She done it to a lot of other people too.
I actually could have fucked Purple up. You didn't know that. I had Purple's email. Purple gave me access to her email. Purple gave me access to her YouTube. Purple gave me access to everything. If I wanted to shut that bitch down, I could have fucked her up. But Ink, I got some screenshots too. Nobody over there trusted you. They could delete their messages, but you'll see me saying Ink is not a mole. So while you're sitting here sending screenshots, they don't trust you either. And I wonder why.
And I tried to tell people, hey, I can't make people listen to me. But they found out in the end, they all found out what was really going on.
Who found out what? Did y'all find out anything?
I didn't find out anything.
I mean, literally, I'm pretty sure when y'all were talking with her, I'm pretty sure y'all thought that I was hacking y'all too. Honestly. Honestly, I'm sure that y'all all thought that I was hacking.
The paranoia never spread that deep.
So none of y'all thought that I was hacking y'all.
Well, I can't speak for the other girls, but I didn't.
Okay. I mean, because this shit is believable.
No, it really isn't.
I don't think, Mrs. T, I don't think that's MK Ultra. I'm sorry, that's different. That's MK Ultra is something different than that. You should know that. It's something else. I don't know. I really don't know.
Right?
You're exactly right. Everything has been screenshotted. Everything.
That's why I said take all 10 of your devices to the police station and,
Please
and
take
report
them.
your hacked.
See if it runs back to my VPN. See if it runs back to where I'm located. Just do that. Maybe you did. I don't know. But I have not been contacted by no FBI, no federal agents. Not about a hacking thing. Believe me. Nothing about that. Man. GBI hasn't even contacted me. Nothing.
Oh, I triggered her PTSD. Well, shit. Your PTSD. You don't want got PTSD. You don't want got problems. You don't want got anything going on.
Ink. No. No, honey. I'm not the only one that's got going on. Actually, I am blessed. I am very blessed. My life could be 10 times worse, 100 times worse than what it is right now. So no, I don't have anything that's going on. But if it was something going on, I wouldn't sit up here and bitch about it and take it out on everybody else.
Well said, Jenna.
I don't even go into chat if something's going on with me because I don't want to send negativity into a chat. Dumbass.
Come on, you don't talk about me. You a whole ass liar.
I'm
When
talking
I was
about
doxxed over there at Buddy's, when my mugshot was shown,
The heck's
Y'all
that
didn't really
got to
care.
do with us?
Y'all thought that shit was cute.
What's that got to
You
do
said-
with us if it was showing over at Buddy's?
I don't know. I think she's about to say that I said she was a boss. I done this the other day.
Yeah, we explained that the other day.
I'm not
And
gonna go
people-
over that. Y'all, please pull my my mug shots up. Y'all see my big ass crying like a baby, okay?
Yeah. I mean,
That's
I don't
really-
know, but from my point of view, I don't care what, like, unless it's something like of a really, like, towards child nature, then I really don't care what somebody does in their background. If you make mistakes, people make mistakes, they grow, they learn.
Right. I
They
don't
move
care
on,
if she got
you know?
locked up. That is not
I'm
my
not
business.
spend my life judging everybody for past mistakes. You know what
Damn,
I'm
it
saying?
was just by
So,
the
like, the
pictures. You
fact that
gotta
ink's
find.
been done in the past, that doesn't bother me in the slightest. So, you thinking that I'm sitting here or anybody else is sitting over here because it was we were live the last time. You're sitting thinking we're thinking it's cute. No, I don't think it's cute, but I'm not judging you for it either.
I'm not judging you for being locked up either.
You know what I mean? But Jenna's
I've
ready
been
to
locked
think
up
what her
plenty of
reference
times.
to that was, and it wasn't what you were making it out.
No, totally different. Totally different.
Right? You sat up there and you said, hell, ain't she wasn't even crying. She up there looking like a boss. Look, I ain't trying to be no boss. I ain't trying to act like no boss. I don't give a shit about being no boss. I was put in a situation where I was getting the hell beat out of me. That's what that mugshot was all about. But here in the state of Mississippi, when you call the police and they come out to a domestic, you both go to jail. It
You said
doesn't
it was
matter
South Carolina.
who's doing what to who. So y'all bringing up shit that triggered me because I had to watch a mugshot, see a mugshot I've never seen, but I know exactly where it was from.
It wasn't for me.
I know exactly what happened for that to even be there.
Well, go fight that
Did you find any paperwork on that?
information. Go fight that over
Right.
there with the ones that put out the information. We didn't put it out.
No.
You know what I mean? It get put out in a public platform. So, like I said, if Jenna made a comment about that, referring to boss something or other, then, like I said, that's off the back of it already being put out. Go to the source of where it was put out and argue all of this with them.
Y'all found the mugshot. There is no paperwork because the judge made it all go away. But y'all think that shit's funny, right? It's funny to put out things on people that you don't have a clue about, but you're triggered, right? You're the only one that gets triggered.
I ain't triggered.
Y'all laugh. You sit over there and y'all talked about people body shaming. And then you turn right back around and you're talking about Purple and her damn forehead. Are you kidding me? There's a gap. We're talking about a gap in her forehead.
Hold on a second. Huh? Yeah, go ahead. Because Purple's the one that fucking admitted.
Yeah.
She said the gap between my forehead. Anybody got that? Anybody have that clip? Pooh, please tell me you got the clip.
She's the one that made the reference to the gap between the forehead. Then she's the one that went live, sat and took a freaking picture of herself measuring her own dang forehead and then put it out publicly.
Who does that?
Like,
You got the clip of it? Rose,
I mean,
are you serious?
I mean, I'm just saying, you're the one that measures your dang forehead and puts it out there. You've made it content by putting it out there and freaking talking about your forehead. You're the one that's telling people it doesn't bother you.
Can you put the link in chat, and CJ, can you grab it and put it in back chat so I can I just want that clip of her saying it so Ink can be verified of what Purple said out of her own mouth. Like, really, you said it, Purple.
What? I don't understand any of that. You talk about body shaming, but yet I don't get it. I don't understand.
This comes from people that talks about people's bodies. Are you kidding
Yeah.
me? You were just on Charlotte's Web pound the other day talking about
Yeah.
how fat I was.
Not being funny, but Purple made a choice to put her forehead out there. That was Purple's choice. You didn't make a choice to put your images out there. You
No, I didn't.
You didn't make a choice to make your body the topic of conversation. That wasn't a choice. Purple made a
Nope.
choice to put her dang forehead out there. In a
Right.
whole different context to then going on to body shame and describe a woman's body parts and everything dang else. Don't sit
Right.
there and come at us for freaking a forehead after all the shit that you guys have fucking pulled and co-signed and stood by. Bullshit.
Right. Body shaming. Oh, because it's poor Purple. And it's only her forehead. Come on. Visible forehead. Look, I don't know why she would measure her forehead, but she thinks that forehead is only 3 inches long, and it's not. Sorry.
And there's just, I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm just fucking, I don't know. I think I just,
Purple's over here asleep.
I think I'm fucking just pissed.
I think that's all she says because Purple's over here sleeping. Oh, no, she didn't. She said, and then she falls down. So, yeah, that's it. Let me clear some of my tabs off. Oh, man. We've been live for we're at 3 hours. Ain't no way in hell. Yeah.
Are you dropping the
Okay,
link?
so I'm gonna,
if people were asking to come up.
yeah, I'm gonna drop the link. Oh, my word.
I'm
I
going
dropped
to
it.
mute.
So, yeah. I don't know what to say. And you can be friends with them. That's y'all's friendship. It has absolutely nothing to do with me. Absolutely nothing to do with me. Because my friendship wasn't that important to you at all. Just like my friendship with Purple wasn't that important to her.
Well, obviously, none of our friendships were important because if she could so easily then just block everyone else, do you know what I mean? Then it just shows that none of us actually meant anything.
Yeah. But I just want to put it out there. Just because I left that chat didn't mean that she had to block y'all.
Well, we know that.
Well,
But
I was
for
putting it out here because
that
I don't know where her mind, her processing is,
totally. But don't sit there and play victim mentality with it all when you're the one that walked away. Don't sit there and make it out as if we shunned you and frigging pushed you to the side and like walked away from you and we hurt your heart and said all these bad things about you. You're the one that blocked all of us, walked away, and then started spending weeks doing lives, talking nothing but absolute Twilight Zone, other dimension bullshit.
They want to talk about slander, and I agree with that. Lynn, the finger licker. That's a tongue twister. Yeah, they can sit there and slander people all they want to without showing any type of proof. But I don't care. It's just simple fact. Do what you got to do. Ink, I'm not triggered at all. You stay triggered.
So the link's there in chat for.
Yeah, Mrs. T. I don't know if Mrs. T is coming up or if she's still here or not. Yeah, she's here. Hey, Mrs. T.
Hey, sorry, I had to get on my iPad.
Oh, you're good. How are you?
For some reason, it doesn't work through my phone. That's why I have so many problems. I'm okay. I'm okay. Yeah. I just want to point out one thing, and it's never gotten talked about or anything, but Miss Macho Mouth says. And I never gave out your guys's whereabouts when you guys went to Pigeon Forge or when you went, in Tennessee. I know there was a phone call. God, it's been so long ago. There was a phone call that I was on, and I think everybody was already there. And I'm not going to mention names, but one of them's in Purple's chat, and I think she's the one that told everybody that I was giving out the info on that. And
Yeah.
there's no way that I could go there because I lived in Tennessee. It was like an hour and a half to Pigeon Forge, but I know you weren't there at Pigeon Forge. You were somewhere else. But it was way too far away, and there's no way that I would climb a mountain with a cane. I would never do. I could never do that. Never at
Yeah.
all. And John didn't give a shit about any of that stuff going on. He didn't care. There's no way that I could have done that. But anyways, that I just wanted to clarify that. So
Yeah. It's, I think, to me, my opinion is over and done with. That was in the past. That's how I look at it. That's just the way I feel. I think it was told to the girls, wasn't it, CJ?
Mm-hmm.
It was told to the girls that it was, you had told people where they were,
Yep.
but
Certainly was.
that's for them to discuss. That has nothing to do with me.
it's all right. I mean, like I said, it was on a phone call that night, and it was
Yeah.
with 3 other people. And like I said, I think you guys were already there when that phone call happened.
Yeah, I
But
remember it.
anyways, what I want to say is that when Ink and I were talking after all this stuff blew up and everything, okay, she did. I mean, I told you guys this, but she did give me that. She did tell me about all that hacking stuff and everything. Supposedly with Sam and all that. That's where I
Yeah.
learned it. I never heard that from you. I never heard that. We didn't talk about that stuff.
Yeah.
So that came from Ink. The exact conversation when I was watching her on Charlotte. It was
Well,
the
see, I've never
exact
heard that. I never
conversation.
heard that until when it got sent to me on Charlotte's. I never even knew that.
Mhm. That's when I and that's the thing. If she wants to say that I that never happened, well, she keeps everything. Why doesn't she show that whole conversation that we have?
Yeah.
Just show it. You
Well,
know,
that's one thing she does do is keep everything. I know that for sure.
I deleted everything when I left. Everything. You know. So, but
Well, I honestly appreciate you setting them straight about me and you not being friends. I really did. CJ thought it was funny, but yeah, because they thought that me and you actually do talk on a personal level, and we don't.
I was just gonna ask you that. Did we talk? And
No,
did we
no,
talk? We don't talk. You
no.
know, we don't. I have no way to get in contact with you, and I don't think you have any way to get in contact with me, except
No.
through maybe one person. You know,
Yeah,
and that's it.
yeah.
So that's it.
But to clear some things up, Tabby couldn't have been the one that gave Buddy the information. There's no way. Then people, if you think about it, Mrs. T, Tabby had been gone way before those new people come in.
Oh, I agree. I agree. But you can't when you get up there on panel with her and everything. It's so. I mean, just like her smirky laugh. Remember, I kept saying something about her smirky laugh.
Yeah, yeah,
I
no.
mean, that's the way she is. That's just
Well,
the way.
anybody that knows her knows what she does, and that's how she is.
I tell you what, I made a deal with the devil, and I shouldn't have done what I did. You know,
Yeah.
I shouldn't have done what I did, but I was desperate. I was upset. I was scared. It was terrible. Those 2 years were awful.
Yeah.
They were terrible and awful, you know.
Well, I'm glad they was able to help you. I really am. You know, that's they was able to help you or
Yeah.
whatever.
Now
you know.
we're standing by what's right and what's wrong, Mrs. T. But as much as Ink's in the wrong with feeding your head full of bullshit over Jenna being a hacker, you're equally in the wrong for feeding Ink paranoid thoughts on how insecure she felt around us guys.
I'll let y'all talk that out because I know y'all can talk like adults here.
So you're equally in the wrong in that sense for that, because you knew Ink felt certain ways and was insecure around that, and you fed into that to make her feel even more paranoid and unwanted and those things, and that made that whole situation 10 times worse.
Look, y'all can talk about whatever for real. Seriously, I don't hold no grudges against nobody.
So I'm just asking Mrs. T. I mean, it's
You're
accountability. You've got to take her accountability, but I think you need to take some as well.
I'm gonna go use the bathroom while y'all talk.
Okay.
I've done some really bad things, and look what happened to me. Karma served its purpose on the things that I did. So I just wish that conversation was shown. I wish the whole thing was shown. I really do. So that's all I'm going to say to that. And I admit, yes, I did some things totally wrong and everything. And you're right. You're totally right.
And I think that's what it is. It's just owning it on both sides, because as much as Ink's in the wrong, there's certain ways that you could have handled it better as well.
Yeah, I could have. I could have. You're right.
And at the end of the day, when we all left, it's sort of, in a sense, similar to the Ink situation, where we didn't drive you out. We didn't throw you out of a chat. We didn't expel you from the group, any of that. I had a call with you set up for a couple of days later, and you, like, before that, went into Discord and absolutely blew your shit.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that took the call out of the equation, because now it'd all been blown up.
Yeah.
And then you just you cut us all off. So same thing. Like, and then you've sat hurt and upset since then, and then angry at times as well. But we didn't reject you or throw you out. You made that choice.
Yeah, that was a terrible, terrible time. It really was.
You know? And when the whole financial thing, you did get upset that only one person at the time had donated.
I did.
You did. And it's just owning that, and that's what I'm saying. If you expect other people to own some of their side, you kind of got to do the same sometimes.
I've learned a lot. I've grown up a lot these last 2 years, CJ. I really have. So I admit to everything. So yeah.
As I says, I don't wish you anything bad on you. I mean, I know you went through some really tough times, you know, and I know that Hattie have been hard on you, and I know you were in a bad place. I just don't think you've handled things sometimes in the best way.
No.
You know how we all feel in terms of like a previous experience, let's just say, with financial stuff and things like that, and all of that kind of stuff. And we made that clear that we're all in that same struggle. We can't all help. We can support you with friendship, but we can't support with anything other than that,
Oh, you're right.
you
You're
know.
right. Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
get desperation at times, but I don't. Me personally, I just don't agree with if you're feeling desperate, going and asking people in their inbox that you hardly know, or getting upset when only one person or two people are helping out in that time of need. That's when you show gratitude for the one person that has reached out, rather than getting upset at who hasn't, you know.
Yeah. You're right. You're right. Yep.
As I say, that's all I had to say, because as I said, it's just, we've all got your own different sides of shit at times, you know. And
Well, I tell you what, when things are going through your mind like crazy and you don't know how to control them, you say and do things that are so stupid. And that's exactly what happened. And I'm not making an excuse, but, you know,
Yeah.
it's
yeah,
not.
and I get that. And when there's struggles, that's when you make sure you've got the right support, honey. And like I said, you don't, you know, sabotage the shit out of stuff, you know.
I know. I know. And you know what? You know, the good times that we have, you know, I keep thinking back to that stuff and that time, and we had some good times. And I thank you for that time period, even though it was only like 7 or 8 months, but we did.
Yeah.
You guys were really, you were there for me, and I handled this whole thing wrong. I handled it all wrong.
Well, I handled things wrong too. It wasn't just you, it was me too.
Sweetheart,
I
you
shouldn't.
confess to everything like that. It's my turn. You know, I mean, I admit I handled the whole situation wrong, and I shouldn't have. That, and I'm not using any excuses or anything. I never wished any harm on any of you guys ever.
And we don't wish no harm on you either, Mrs. T. We really don't. We really don't.
And that day that I did call you online when I did get that diagnosis and I was freaking out, you know, I really I don't know, I just needed to hear you. I just needed to hear somebody, you know? I needed to hear I needed
Mm.
somebody to talk to.
I know, and I was there. I was here for you. I mean, everybody was praying for you. You know, we might not have been able to help you monetarily, you know, like that. But, and I'm sorry I didn't let you back up. But they was giving me a hard time, saying that I was exploiting you because you was messed up on medicines and stuff
No,
like that.
yeah, Jenna went into protection mode, try to protect you, because she didn't want you to be feeling exploited. She was thinking about your feelings at the time, not anything else. She didn't want you to feel exploited, because that's what everybody was telling her in chat.
I know.
So I mean, no,
I know.
I don't care what happens between people. You know, they fall out or whatever. But I don't wish bad on nobody. I don't. You know.
No, I don't wish bad on anybody, and I hope you find a way if become healthier with your health as best as you can, and I hope you
Right.
find be financially okay in your own sort of 2 feet, so to speak.
Yeah.
And I hope that your mental health gets healthier by not being around as much of the fuck shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just don't get
Oh
involved.
yeah. Yeah. Yep, that's what YouTube
I'm
is.
not
Fuck
bringing
it.
other channels or other creators, or I'm not going to do that. But you know what I'm referring to. Just it's turn to people you know, not people you don't know. Do you know what I mean? And don't have expectations, especially from people you don't know. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
You know, and even friends don't have an expectation of financial anything, because anything's a blessing, Mrs. T. Everything else is
Yeah.
a bonus, you know, take it as that. You can't hold something in your heart resentment wise for what you're not getting. Be thankful for what you are, because it's still a blessing above what you already have,
Right.
you know.
When I lost my mother in March, a lot of things came to my mind, you know, because you know, I
I'm sorry
just
for your loss.
Yeah, definitely.
I know one of the girls told me you lost your mom. I'm so sorry.
I know how that feels, and it sucks, and I'm sorry for loss.
it's just weird because you know you think you have somebody in this world and she's not there anymore.
Yeah, no.
She's not there, and I hate it because you know, like you know, when you have like friend suggestions that pop up on your Facebook, and she pops up every week.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Every single week she pops up.
yeah.
I'm
But
sorry.
it's all right. I'm getting off topic, but uh, I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have done what I did, and I'm confessing all my sins and everything that I've done. And I just want to go on, and I want everybody to be happy and healthy, and I don't wish any bad things on anybody. I don't even wish anything on Ink. She is so
I don't even-
delusional. She is so delusional when it comes to things. You cannot be friends with her. You can't have her as a friend, you know?
And it's
Yeah.
very much one-sided friendship, because unless it's joining in hate or paranoia towards Jenna, then it just doesn't fit in the bracket of friendship for Ink, unfortunately. And it's sad, because to carry that much negativity and hate in your heart all the time, I mean, you're talking like 4+ years now, for her and Lenny both, I find that really, really sad, because how much does that weigh you down every day to carry that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That constant paranoia and thought that somebody's hacking you and out to get you and all of these, and everywhere you go it's constant negative talk about this person. It's like I don't know how you live like that. Well, I don't get it.
I don't know. I had to let go of all that stuff. I really did. I had to kick my own self in the ass.
What I'm saying, find a way to let it go, get some therapy, or freaking hit a block button. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
YouTube is not worth it. It's not. And it took me a long
Really
time to realize that. You know, so much more to life than YouTube.
Oh, I know. I know
I mean,
that.
just because I've got opinions doesn't mean, and sometimes those opinions can be harsh, but doesn't mean that I carry hate in my heart for anyone, and it doesn't mean that I would wish ill on anyone,
Right.
including Ink, including anyone else. You know what I'm saying? I can't live like that. I'm opinionated. Yeah, I'm an opinionated Scottish woman. Go figure.
I'm very opinionated, but I hate no one. I don't hate
Exactly. I don't
Right.
carry my heart for anyone.
I know. I know. And you are CJ. You are. You're that person. And I'm glad we all got to know each other when we did and stuff. You guys helped me through some things, and all of you.
I
So
just wish you well, Mrs. Tate, and I hope that you get to a healthy, good point and look after yourself. And like I said, that kind of pattern breaks where you're not seeing the things that you used to see in friendships and pushing people away and
yeah, you're right.
things like that. You know, we've spoke about that before, and I hope that
Yes.
you know you find a way to get settled and on your feet a bit, so that your friendships are solely based in friendships and not what you need out of someone at the time in a time of desperation. You know, and I get desperation, but like I said, you've seen the chaos that it creates when you make choices like that, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you ever have, but I hope that you find a way in the future to apologise and work through those things with different people. And like I said, I wish you nothing but the best.
Mhm.
I said we all screw up, Mrs. T. We all make mistakes. None of us are perfect. We're all human,
No, we all
you
are
know.
human.
But the secret to everything, in my opinion, just my opinion, is we're all bound to screw up. But when we screw up, we learn something from it, we grow, and we move the fuck on.
Yeah.
Hold on a minute.
But
Dog
if we
just
keep
went out.
repeating the same cycle and we stay stuck in it, then you're going to create the same issues just further down the line with other people. You know what I'm saying?
You're right. You're right,
Take the
TJ.
lessons from all the last 2 years and you close protocol and you move the heck on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a good thing about when you own all your shit, because you get to hold your head high at that point and say, you know what, I've owned my crap, and what?
Yeah. You're totally right, CJ. You're totally right. But anyways, I just want to come up here and say that, and I just want to, clarify that, I am friends with Tabby Purple now. I always have been and stuff. And we have our own little group and everything. And, it's wrong what you do. It's totally wrong what you do.
It is.
It is.
You can be friends with who you like, Mrs. T.
Hey,
You don't
Kelly.
need a permission slip to be friends with anyone. Just because it's somebody she doesn't like doesn't mean you have to adhere to that. You've got
Right.
freedom of choice. You've got free will. Make your own choice to be friends with who you want to.
Yes, exactly.
Whether people like that other person or don't like that other person, that's just somebody else's opinion. They're not in your friendship. It's your friendship that counts. So
Right.
whatever.
That's all that matters. I mean, I think it's crazy.
It is.
Well, I don't want to bring you into the drama because they're going to probably say something like you being on my panel. I don't want you to get no slack from anybody for being over here, but you're more than welcome to come to my channel anytime. You're not blocked here. Like I said, whoever Shiny lets in her channel, that's who she lets in her channel, and we are totally different people. So,
Hey, Kelly.
Well, I've been following all your stuff with your conspiracy stuff and everything. We always have that in common, Jenna.
yeah,
You know, and when we were all friends, I did love you guys. I really did. I truly did love you guys.
I love you too, Mrs. T.
And I don't wish any harm on any of you guys. And I will not ever let anybody influence me again when
Yeah,
it comes to this. But
no, I mean, as long as you're happy and as long as you surround yourself with people that accept you for who you are, they deal.
Hey, deal.
But as long as people accept you for who you are and don't like restrict you from being friends with somebody,
Yeah.
that's who you need to be around. People who try to tell you not to be friends with somebody just because they don't like them, that's not a true friend.
Totally.
oh, and you're totally right. It sounds familiar though.
Yep.
Yeah, it sounds very familiar.
And the Lynn, the finger licker. I get so much joy out of saying that.
I get tongue-tied.
It says that Linny and Ink bond over people who hate Jenna. They are
They do.
obsessed with Jenna. They eat, sleep, breathe their hate for Jenna. It is deranged and sick. They need mental health help. They aren't healed. I completely agree. Completely agree. When you carry that much mutual hate in your heart for someone that you'll feed off of each other with that hate, then you're damn codependent on each other to keep your hate drive going. That's an unhealthy codependent relationship. Very unhealthy.
Yeah, I know that Mrs. T is friends with Lenny, and she's not said nothing about it here about Lenny.
No,
So,
she hasn't. And again, my opinion only.
so, and I respect her. I
I
respect
speak for
Mrs. T's
myself.
boundaries. So, yeah.
Lenny
ready
did
about-
accept. She did accept my apology for what I did.
That's
and
good.
everything.
Well, I'm glad she did because
Oh.
you absolutely had nothing to do with that.
No,
I
you
really am.
didn't.
Yeah,
You
and
had
and
absolutely nothing to do with that.
well, either did you. It was a mistake, Jenna. That night was terrible. It was just a stupid mistake and what happened and stuff.
Well, I
You
take
didn't
full
know.
responsibility because it was my panel and I left you because I had to use the bathroom.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it was. Yeah,
So, no, I take full responsibility for that.
you
I
always
shouldn't have
take
done
you always take full responsibility and everything, girl. You do it all the time, and it's not always your responsibility. So
it. Yeah. Well, you done nothing wrong, so
that
I'm ready to
night.
get out. Yeah, you didn't do nothing wrong that night. You normally didn't do nothing wrong anyways. I mean, it was just me, and you just hung with me. That's all it
Yeah,
really was, you know. That's how everybody normally is. Jenna goes rogue, and everybody on panel with her gets blamed.
I remember when always used to ask you, is this going to be a serious live or a fun live?
Yeah, yeah. You hated when I done serious lives. I
Yeah,
Yeah.
remember that.
I
Yeah.
remember that.
Doesn't tell anyone. She just hits. Just
Yeah.
sets a live and then
I go live. I don't tell nobody. I'm
appears.
going live. Yeah.
At the most, we maybe get 10 minutes heads up if we're lucky.
Or y'all get the notification, or I tell y'all afterwards and be like, yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't about nothing.
Yeah, usually the earliest we know is the 30-minute notification. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's very true.
I do want to go live about the MK Ultra programming. That's what I want to do next. I've been doing research on it, but there's like a study.
Well, I don't know if you're on my page or not, but I saw that thing with Allie the other day, and I was so relieved to see that she was okay. You know.
Oh yeah, she's okay. I'm in a closed group with her.
Uh-huh.
She hasn't she's not been kidnapped or anything like that.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah,
Thank God.
she's safe. She just hasn't been around.
And
Good,
lay
good,
low.
good. Yeah. Do you think Jag is what do you think of Jag?
I
Or do you want to keep that to yourself?
yeah, I'll probably keep that one to myself because I don't really have enough information on that yet.
Okay,
Um,
that's fine. That's fine.
So
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
still watching it. So I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I have my own opinion on it, but I don't want to say my opinion and then until I have all my facts straight. So
Well, and you never know who's listening to that, so
right.
can't
And
trust
I'm
anything
in
like that.
other sectors, not this sector, but other bigger sectors that are in that stuff. And I want them to see this and be like, oh, she's talking about Jaguar. And then here all of a sudden I got Jaguar coming at me. So no.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
That's something I don't feel like dealing with right now. Because I've been up on a panel with Jag before.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah, that
wow.
was fun.
Oh
Yeah,
my God.
It's pretty crazy.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
That was a pretty wild night.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But y'all ready to end this? We've been live for 3 hours and 33 minutes. I'm ready to go.
Yeah. Sorry to keep you guys.
It's getting close
No,
to
you're
my-
fine. Mrs. T, I wish you well. And don't let anybody persuade you for being friends with anybody. Because there's no way that could be Tabby sending that information to Buddy because Tabby's been gone way before she even done that.
Well, no. And I'll repeat it again. Purple needs to be looking a little bit more closer to home, in my opinion only. because, like I said, everybody that was doxed over her side lines up with people who gave their information over willingly and freely to Purple for the birthday giveaway. So if you want to be looking at who's handing out information, maybe look at who had access to that birthday chat information.
Right.
Ah, okay.
Just saying.
Yeah.
All right.
Because Tabby was not in her Discords.
Right.
And that's where some of these people came in after we left. So
No, Tabby was never in the Discord to know any of Purple's like mods or details like that, and she hasn't been since before we even joined Purple's. So how would she have access to any of that information? So you need to be going to the source of where the information's been leaked from. So who would have access to every one of your mods' details like
Right.
that? Well, you're the one that's just advertised everywhere for the last year for all your mods and people to send their
Right.
name addresses for a birthday giveaway. So again,
Right.
I'll ask the question, who had access to all that information?
right.
Then
Kelly, I'm not gonna say nothing about you misspelling because I do it all the time too.
listen, I've got long nails and I'm literally half blind, so like my spelling just shit 90% of the time.
All right, ladies, I gotta go.
Okay. Bye, girls.
Bye. Thank you for coming up, Miss T. I wish you the best, okay?
I wish you guys the
Yeah.
best too.
Look after
Always.
yourself.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Right.
Who is Diane? Diane has turned out to be Jess's. Who is that, Kelly? Diane.
I don't know.
Who's that? Y'all done got me somewhere I want.
I don't know. Has she got long nails and mistyped as well?
No. Oh, Glamour. That's you talking about Glamour? Heather. Heather
Yeah.
Sue. Hello, woman.
Heather. That's like 3 hours. We can't start from the top.
Ain't no way in the world, woman. Start it over 3 times the speed and get it done, girl. Get it done.
Yeah, we're about the end, so yep, just double time it.
Okay. Well, I love you. Thank you for coming up. Charlie girl,
You're
thank you for
welcome,
coming up. And I love
No
you, ladies. I'll
Beautiful.
see y'all in a minute in voice chat. I'm sure.
Good, beautiful.
All
Right, I'll
right.
catch up with you in a bit.
All right.
Right, bye, Annie.
Bye, bye. I'll say bye, baby. I just call CJ baby. Don't tell nobody. But I thank y'all for coming. I'm gonna be looking on some other stuff that we can do on the next live. I can go live during the day. That'd be good. Where everybody can come. But I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Stay warm. Stay cool. Stay safe. Be careful with all these protests going on. All this heat. Everything, y'all. Just take care of yourselves. Okay. Much love, everyone.
Lose control. There's nothing I can do anymore. I'm sorry that I make you all for granted. I don't wanna lose control. Lately I've been trying to hold on, mama gonna make it out. One day I'ma make you proud. Wanna lose control. I know I gotta keep on going, that's what's gonna make you strong, makes you strong. Lately I've been trying to hold on, mama gonna make it out. One day I'ma make you proud. Wanna lose control. I know I gotta keep on going, that's what's gonna make you strong, makes you strong.
I'm tired of living like this, we gotta make a living, go and get it, not materialist, I swear this unrealistic, mama, I know you do your best, you gotta keep on going. I've been grown since the age of 3, I had no dad, so I stepped up for my little sisters, I'm the big brother, came from the struggle, had to work 2 jobs to get the clothes on my shoulder, now I'm writing songs, thinking like,
I've been trying to hold on, mama gonna make it out, one day I'ma make you proud, wanna lose control. control. I know I gotta keep on going. That's what's gonna make us strong, makes us strong.
I'm losing control, these demons, they want my soul. Will I make it out? Only God would know. I'm just a lonely, lonely child who's trying to make it out. One day you gon' see him smile, this is not for clout.
Lately I've been trying to hold on. Mama gonna make it out. One day I'ma make you proud. One-on-one.